stride closer to the title for Arsenal. The game won in the first half, 2 for Gyokeres, 1 for the outstanding Saka. 6 points clear, 3 to play. City with 2 games in hand. Beautifully balanced, as Arsenal were today. This was like the Gunners of the autumn, rather than the hesitant version that we've seen so far in the spring. Arsenal 3, Fulham 0.
Welcome along. That was the legendary voice of the one and only, I'm trying to remember his name for a second, John Champion, as he says, Arsenal have gone 6 points clear with 3 games to go. Of course, Manchester City do have 2 games in hand. Oh, wait. You thought the shades weren't going to be on. You're fucking wrong. Here you go.
Let's go.
Today was a day that Jake and I, to start off before we talk about the game, have been waiting for a very, very, very long time. Today marked not only goal number 20 for the great man, the great striker himself, but also goal number 21. And if it wasn't for just a last little details at the very end, it should have been the hat trick. Oh, that last shot, my heart was in my chest. We're 3-0 up, and I'm like, please go in. I'm like, oh no.
Oh, you know I was waiting.
Yeah, how did you respond to that? Like when you were watching that one, I'm like,
really, what I thought to myself, I said, not everything's perfect. It's close, but you don't always get the perfect.
We are back, baby, as it says at the bottom corner. I don't know if you guys watched The Terrace, but I made a very, very good point, if I should say so myself. What a perfect time, as me and Jake spoke. Was it yesterday or 2 days ago?
Upset alert.
On Upset Alert, for Arsenal's attack to finally click, for us to gain momentum. Everything that me and Jake said in the lead up to this game came into fruition today, with the exception of the fact that I said that Fulham would get 1, and Arsenal bettered that and got 3 without conceding. Arsenal, absolutely back to our splendid best. Pep Guardiola at home, by the way. Hand of Arsenal is basically confirmed in the news. A few things I want to get throughout the show.
I saw that.
Pep Guardiola has got 5 games left to go, or 6, I guess, as Manchester City manager. Because at the end of the season, he is stepping aside, and Enzo Maresca will become the manager of Manchester City. So this is a big moment. Pep is sitting there at home today watching Arsenal go 3-0 up. And he's like this.
He's probably got the phone out in his head again. Lines in his head again.
Because you know what that means now? Not only do they need to win 2 games in a row, they need to make a goal difference of 4 or 5 plus now to go in front of Arsenal again. They're once again chasing us. And Monday becomes a monumental day for them. Not for us, because we have a Burnley game to come up at home. As long as
not that it matters, but we're also ahead of them on goals scored now. So we're actually
but two games to them play though.
Right. But also we are ahead in every category.
Right. So they need
not that it matters, but
they're chasing again. But that's the point. I was just getting off of backstage with Terry. Arsenal can go, if let's say we go 6-0 home Burnley, our last game of the season, that could put it out of reach. As long as Arsenal win their game, all their games. Terry said it, and I agree. I second it. We win next week against West Ham away from home, which, by the way, look, for all of us wanting to see Spurs get relegated, today wasn't a great day.
Brentford was fantastic. You got to give
Brentford have momentum heading into the Etihad next week, and West Ham have lost momentum heading into the Emirates. I mean, not Emirates. Well, heading to playing Arsenal next week. So If we beat
it's
West
all
Ham
looking
away
up.
from home, which by the way we have done so in the last 2 seasons emphatically, then for all intents and purposes, Arsenal should be the champions because we will be playing a Burnley team that, by the way, got smoked by Leeds again. So that shows you where they're at the Emirates with a chance for, like you saw how we did it to Fulham today, right? Imagine Burnley. So, and then the last game of the season, Crystal Palace, I believe, will be Conference League champions heading into that game. Will not just be on the beach, but will be hungover and drunk.
As well they should be. As well they should be.
So, by the way, and also another thing for Crystal Palace fans is they love Eberechi Eze. They're not going to deny him a chance to be a champion. I'll tell you that for that much. I do have a couple friends who are Crystal Palace fans, and they've said, we actually want to see you guys win the league because Eze is one of our club's greatest legend, if not their club's greatest legend in terms of in the modern era. To see him lift the Premier League title is not something that they're going to be wanting to try to deny or cheer against. So just like Fulham today, where, by the way, prayers up for ESR because I didn't love seeing that, honestly. He's still our boy, regardless if he's a Fulham player. That was hard, but that's how Crystal Palace feel about Eze, right? I mean, I guess in the reverse because we sent him away from a contender and they've sent him to a contender, but you get the point. So we beat West Ham. By the way, Declan Rice is West Ham, former. After what potentially we can do on Tuesday, and yeah, I brought it here. I'm gonna wait. I gotta take the camera off so everyone can see what I got. You're
bringing that out already? You're not gonna wait till the end of the show to bring that out?
Wait, I'm just gonna remove the visual sex for a second. I am shipping this to England with my brother to be literally to be thrown from the stands at the Emirates Stadium on Tuesday. Bought it with my own money. I know it's not that expensive, really.
Depends on where you're at.
Yeah. Yeah. I told my brother I'll pay for the extra room in your luggage if it's necessary. I got you 24 rolls of toilet paper. Hand them out to your mates on the wherever you're sitting in the Emirates. Today is a good day. Let's run through the highlights, and I want to hear Jake's. Actually, we'll go through each moment.
Sure.
So Arsenal, like last week, this week. But I thought I want to start out actually with this. Jake said in his pregame, after North London Forever, I want to see you guys up and in the crowd and pumped for the next 20 minutes at least. Well, did they just only do it for 20 minutes? We did it for 94 minutes. Big up.
It was amazing. No, that was amazing.
Emirates crowd.
That was amazing for sure.
But it's a give and take. And when Arsenal does this in the opening 9 minutes, just like we did last week, there's no reason for us to be frowning.
Saka right across the face for Gyokeres to caress it in. Wonderful wing play by the returning Bukayo Saka. Laid it on a polished plate for Victor Gyokeres.
That is
My
a prediction.
Prop bets came true 9 minutes.
That is a
into the
prediction
game.
that I've been waiting to click this button on for quite some time. And yes, I see all the comments in the chat will be there. I said when everybody doubted Gyokeres would hit break 20, and I was like, no. Fuck that. Victor Gyokeres is at least getting 20.
Where Anton was right.
Yes. Yeah. Beautiful stuff.
I've been waiting for today for so fucking long. And here's a stat. And I said it on the terrace. For all the Arteta inners, and I know it's you, who back Havertz because, let's be honest, Arteta loves Havertz, so you guys love Havertz, and I get it. But all the fucking bullshit that I've had to hear on social media, you've been using all your little social media Elon Musk tools to try to get this shitty message out everywhere about Havertz being the best striker at Arsenal and blah, blah, blah. And Gyokeres is a flop and touching every Gyokeres is bad touch. Here's a stat for you. And I know we could go even beyond, but Victor Gyokeres becomes the first Mikel Arteta coached player at Arsenal Football Club to break the 20-goal barrier in Mikel Arteta's reign as Arsenal manager for a season.
Yeah, I guess if Arteta can't coach the striker, bring in the striker that scores 100 goals. I don't know why. Like, I want to hear them. Where are the haters at? Where you at? I don't. It's crickets. It's the crickets out there because everybody. Oh, Arteta can't coach an attacking player. Well, let's go buy an attacking player and look what he's done. I told you, Anton told you, this man was brought in to win us trophies, to win the Champions League, to get the goals that we weren't getting. Because last season, we don't score enough tap-ins. We don't score enough, box-in-the-box type goals. It's always has to be this intricate 74 passes, pass into the goal. Classic Arsenal. Dude, your faith has been rewarded, my friend. The faith has been rewarded because he showed up and then some today, baby.
Oh, we'll get into that in a second. But go back to the historical facts. I'm going to go a little bit further back. He's the first Arsenal player to break the 20-goal barrier in his first season at Arsenal, for all those who call him a flop, since one of Arsenal's favorite sons, Alexis Sanchez, in 2014.
There's a stat for you.
And the first since Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang in 2019-20
since Lil Yachty
to break the 20-goal barrier at all. So, are we going to shut up now? Are we going to be taking clips of his first touch, or what are we going to be doing?
I can't hear you. I can't hear him. I can't hear him, Anton.
Do you know how many goals Kai Havertz has in the Premier League? In the whole competitions. 25% of what Victor Gyokeres has. By the way, through 50 games, Victor Gyokeres at this point, we'll roll the highlights later on. Of course, we know what's going to come. That's 20 goals in 50 games. That's 2 goals for every 5 games he's played at Arsenal.
JT, Lil Yachty is when Aubameyang had his hair in dreads, those like really thin dreads that Aubameyang had. He looked like Lil Yachty.
Oh my God,
that's why I made that comment.
Yeah. But by the way, another thing that me and Jake were saying the other day, and Victor Gyokeres is still very much involved in this in Arsenal second. But what did we say about Bukayo Saka the other day on Upset Alert, Jake? I'll let you say.
It's time for the star boy to become the star man.
Gyokeres. Saka, really well found, as was the bottom corner. And the provider of the first goal becomes the scorer of the second. And Arsenal are flying high.
Star Man is now your name because you have scored assisted and scored a huge goals that has reignited Arsenal this season in the title race. I told everybody when I was fucking upset and we were being shit, I was like, Bukayo, get off the fucking couch. Now, of course, information we had come out later on, I took it back a little bit, but this is why. There were so many, by the way, I want to get back to it because there's so many of you clowns, not you, my lovely Fire Them Cannons viewers. I'm talking to people beyond us who said, hey, you know what? I think Noni Madueke actually is better than Bukayo Saka this season. Remember that? Well, Arteta gave you 45 minutes of Saka and 45 minutes of Madueke today to shut you up. Dude, by the way, for all of those who saying
you don't need to say more than that. It speaks for itself.
I mean, for all the people who are saying, hey, Arsenal doesn't have a world-class attacker, a world-class attacker has come back from injury today and started and shown you exactly what he brings. And he came back with a newfound chemistry with Victor Gyokeres. I thought that he could only play with Havertz. Wrong again.
I will say this for his first goal. I've seen a lot of people saying, oh, he had Anthony Robinson on toast. It was actually Raul Jimenez.
He was Castan.
It was Raul Jimenez that he sat on the ground for the first goal. Yeah. But still, you know. We'll take it.
Yeah, Starman gave you 45 of his best minutes the whole season, by the way. Like the whole year. And by the way, the first Saka corner almost goes in. Gabriel had a head to it. He'd literally beaten Leno to the ball there. So you can already see the influence that he makes from the dead balls that has been missing the whole time. By the way, quick shout out to Ricardo Calafiori, who, despite being slightly offside, was very, very cool in his header. And I thought for a second there that
hit the
put
bar
Arsenal
too. Great game.
Yeah.
Great game.
By the way, another one. Haven't seen him for a very long time. Comes in, he gives you 90 quality minutes. I was actually thinking that he was one of the players out of subbed off, but the more the game went on, I'm like, nah, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. I actually want to replace Ben White from the other side. So I'll keep Calafiori the whole time. I like Leandro Trossard, and now this leads us to Arsenal goal numero 3. Man, I gave up on you, my friend. I haven't seen you play a good football game since Aston Villa on New Year's Eve. Welcome to 2026, Leandro Trossard. And he was hungry today, but unlike the other night, he was a provider. By the way, for the Calafiori one, which was rubbed off, but also for the cherry on top of the cake, which was the 21st goal for Victor Gyokeres this season.
Dodgy. Rescued by Gabriel. Trossard. Final attack of the first half. Trossard goes again. Gyokeres. 3-0 Arsenal. And an outpouring, not just of appreciation, but of relief. Because the Gunners fans must feel like they've got their old Arsenal back.
Indeed. Do
you notice, by the way, what I have in the overlay here? That is not a typo. That I've used the name of my podcast for it this time, because the cannons were indeed firing today, right before we play a Champions League semifinal. Victor Gyokeres has not just met, but surpassed the 20-goal barrier. It's a 21st today. Actually, I just was at my brother's 30th last night, which is why I'm on 2 hours sleep. I'm on my 4th cup of coffee, and then I had this game.
Legend. But
it was Victor Gyokeres' 21st. So, congratulations. By the way, I'm going to request a lyrical change to the Victor Gyokeres song, because he's back with his girlfriend, and he's got that Sporting Lisbon swagger back as well.
That's gotta be it. That has to be it. Hey, we've all been there. We understand.
So, whoever is in charge of the lyrics at Arsenal, I like the song. I like the push it as the music. Let's kind of just adjust the lyrics slightly, just to fit the reality of today. Let's get into some of your comments. And by the way, JT, if you're in the building, me and Jake have not forgotten about you. I'm going to look. Actually, I haven't looked at the comments yet.
He's already asked.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
The link is coming your way, brother. We promised you, and anybody else who, by the way, wants to come on and have their say, you will get your chance to have your say today, because
more the merrier.
That is the attitude I like. We like to breed confidence into people. We like to elevate all of you guys. All you guys have a chance. Let's get into that. I'm by the way, I'm very, very happy about today is, and we are going to bring up Myles Lewis-Skelly, which I'm sure Rookie has brought up.
We must.
Yeah. So we got so much to get into, but I don't want to knowing that I'm going to give JT his YouTube debut today, I'm not going to take all the points, right? So we've run through the highlights. By the way, we all know what happened in the second half. Arsenal switched Saka on from Madueke. We basically rested everybody for Tuesday because we are ready to go.
Rice, finally. Declan finally gets to rest. What did we say? What did we both say before the game? Why don't we try getting up 3-0 in the first half and resting every... Imagine that. Arteta finally listened to you, Anton. You finally got through to Mikel.
I mean...
You finally got through to him. I don't know what you've done, but you got to keep doing it.
By the way, my alternate to the death squad, when we picked the team, was that not today's team?
Absolutely was. Absolutely was. Barring Odegaard and Timber, there it was. And
please, Martin, please be back.
And we absolutely smoked.
By the way, this is as close to the death squad as you're going to get. Can you imagine when you got Martin back and I could put Eze out on that left-hand side?
And Timber in the absolute black hole that is Ben White? Bro.
This is the Arsenal that I've been telling everybody.
I want to see it. I'm ready.
They couldn't have picked a better time to, I think, be healthy for the most part. I mean, it's really... I mean, Kai, I don't count. I'm sorry. No disrespect. No, like, we've won us some important games. I'm not going to lie. Like, the Sporting goal was huge. The Leverkusen goal was huge from the penalty spot. The Chelsea goal to put us in the cup final was huge, but in retrospect meant nothing because we didn't win it. Look, you're a great bench player.
Harsh. That's harsh.
No. What do those three things have in common?
They didn't get us anywhere. They didn't get us.
He didn't start any of those games.
Oh, he didn't start any of them. Okay, sure.
But for me, man, Kai, you being healthy just confuses my manager, and I'd prefer not to have that issue. So you can sit this one out. You can sit the next how many we have now? 5 out. I'm good. Yeah, because we have a striker who is actually, I'm going to say it now. I'm going to double down. He's going to go beyond 25 goals now. I mean, what?
He only needs 4 more.
He only needs 4 more.
And we got
Burnley to come. We got Burnley to come. Oh, should have been on 22. My God, if he only hits it with his right rather than his left, he was on 22.
Yeah, he ran around the ball. Why'd you run around the ball? I get what you're trying to do, but yeah, you can't.
All right, let's get.
You can't say too much against him today.
Let's get to the comments. JT coming in hot with a "Come on, you Gooners." Ruku goes, "Yeah, I'm here." That's a hellish. Hellish baby. April is open.
It's
Thank
May.
You.
We made it to May, guys.
Fuck yes. Bro, before I say anything, Saliba really played at an insane level. Definitely the best center back in the world. Big ups, I agree.
Hats off. Really
I did.
Saliba, man.
Nah, Anton, your Gyokeres support this whole season is on point, can't lie. I have doubted him a lot and still do, but today I saw some promising things. He was drifting into the channels. He got his girl back.
Dude,
let's be honest.
He's got his mojo back. Like
today was peak Sporting Lisbon, Victor Gyokeres in all ways possible.
Has he scored a header before for us?
I remember in the preseason for sure. Oh yeah, that's another one. Yeah, goal. Victor can't score with his head. Boom.
There you go.
Winning his aerial duels and also showing massive improvement on anticipation and positioning. Just brilliant, Gyokeres. Well, that's what happens. And by the way, Trossard had to wake up a little bit because when he is awoken, he's also a baller. That's why my point I've been saying the whole year. Put ballers around him, put him in positions. It's easy. Saka loses Jimenez and puts it across. There you go, goal. That's as simple as it is. Take the pressure off of him, and he can do all of the above. Aerial duels, combination play. You saw the pass for Saka's goal. He does it all. People just didn't understand. JT, yes, you will be hopping on, and I will be giving you the link shortly after I just read through the comments. Anton, I told you about MLS. He's special. He definitely shouldn't be sold, and I expect him to start against Burnley. Right,
100%.
Guys? For every one of the ones I played before, there are one of these.
Where Anton was wrong.
Hey, at least you got the balls to admit it. You got the stones to put that one up.
I was wrong. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Miles. All right. But I did say, I was very specific that it was because of left back, right? I was like, I just don't know if Arteta's ever going to actually do it, pull the trigger and play him in. And Jake came after me in the pregame show, and sorry, not the pregame show, in the upset alert. And you said, no, Anton, he's just not going to do it. He's just not going to do it. And I'm sorry.
Well,
I said,
at left back.
No. I said in midfield. Remember, I said I had him in my starting 11. You're like, no.
I didn't think Arteta would do it. You're right. I didn't think he would. I was surprised by that. Happily so.
Yeah, Jake, JT, and he'll be here soon. I'll be sending you the link. And by the way, anybody else is in here? Buki, Nate. You know, if you guys want to, I'll send the link in the group in the chat. If anybody wants to come in and have their say and how they feel right now, by all means, open season, guys. Honestly, we're breeding the next generation of YouTubers right here on Fathom Cannon. So, Terry, you're welcome. I had high hopes for ESR. I think he got really unlucky for us. I know. And dude, I gotta say, he almost scored, right?
That'd be gross.
And I know, and I'm like, can you imagine if he gave Man City one goal back and goal difference of all people? But then when I saw him pull up injured, man, I gotta say, I was sad because I still have love for the player. You know what I mean? Like,
a lot of people forget he was the leading goal scorer in COVID for us. A lot of people forget that.
I know.
That COVID season, he had the most Premier League goals for Arsenal during COVID.
Dude, you should have seen some of the wild goals he scored when he was in the academy. Did you see it in the Amazon documentary? They were showing some of those goals. The wicked one that curls are.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Miles and Deck felt more secure than Deck and Zubimendi. But anyway, I love Zubimendi, got some rest. Hopefully he'll be ready for Atletico. Yeah, Zubi will start in Atletico. Look, the thing is, it's interesting because I don't know if Fulham have quite the weapons in attack or in midfield. Like, first of all,
Sander Berger was out too.
Sander Berger was a massive miss, right? So we don't necessarily know. Like, does some of those Koke exploit, for instance?
Maybe.
A Myles Lewis-Skelly, we don't know. I'm not taking that risk in our biggest game. I'm gonna go with with Zubimendi on Tuesday. But I love how he kind of got time off, and then I like that he switched out and finally got Rice some time off. And by the way, when Zubimendi come on, he was winning the ball, he was platforming Dauman at times.
He was doing Declan Rice things.
Yeah, so it was good. Atletico Madrid. I think that was not what I put up. Brother, just make him buy it in London. Nah, I'm just trying to help you guys out. Right now, I'm trying to contribute. I want to contribute to the atmosphere at the Emirates as much as I can, all the way from Australia, right? So, my brother buying him in London doesn't contribute the way I want.
Australia's economy.
Yeah, exactly. That too, right? Tom, that's shameless. But honestly, that lineup was perfect, barring Ben White, even though he was decent and building match fitness. But that team was simply working. Look, I will say, Ben White had some shocking moments, like when he fell over. What was it? Like that thing he was doing in the first half where he fell over and lost his, I don't know. That was bizarre. And
their only joy came down that side. Their only joy came down that side.
As I said to Jake when we were talking privately, I was like, but he did fulfill his role, which was helping Bukayo Saka have a partner that he's familiar with on that side, helping with the link play. Going forward, this was Ben White's best performance since Timber's been out.
But we know that's what we get from Ben White. He knows how to do the overlap. He knows how to get this shape. He knows how to get.
We haven't even been getting it though in these other games though. So at least you got that, right? So
I still don't think he should start Tuesday.
Love this one. Comment of the day where Anton was definitely right. Boom, boom, rookie. I was almost going, Gyokeres should move back to left wing like he was in St. Pauli and early Coventry to at least get him as an inside forward and Havertz up top. But today he showed some great striker play. You lost me at and Havertz up top, Rookie. That was.
I checked out. Like I gapped it for a second.
I'm like, I heard the name Havertz. I'm like, what did? He was making a point, and then he said Havertz. I'm like, no. No. Death Squad. Let's not overcomplicate things, guys. Seriously. If you're gonna trust me on all the things I've gotten right so far, trust me on this one. Right? Death Squad. That's what you want. When they're fit, there's nothing else you want. I'm not experimenting with Martinelli. I'm not Death Squad, right? Come on. And by the way, that will be emphatic right the minute it actually ever fucking happens. And I hope it's Atletico Madrid and it books us a trip to the final. And then it gets us a win against West Ham. That's when I'll be like, if it happens, told you. Yeah. Definitely not a flop. He is. And 21 goals. I definitely want to see him next season. Well, hey, Indy Carla had him sold on Monday.
Jesus. Wow. People doing too much out here.
Many people jumped on that? Oh, yeah. Even I was on the Dan and Anton show. Dan was like, oh, yeah, amazing. I'm like,
that's ridiculous. That is the most ridiculous thing I've heard from the Gyokeres hate people.
This is where Arteta inners. See, I told you I'm neither, right? I'll talk outers and I'll talk inners. This is where Arteta inners need to just get on board, right? The whole thing was, I know what it is about because, I'm a man who builds arguments. It was, Arteta has never been able to get a striker to perform properly at Arsenal. So while Gyokeres was struggling, it was, let's try to take the blame away from Arteta as much as we possibly can and put the blame on Gyokeres and just say, simply, Gyokeres was a flop. He's not good enough. He's not the level of Arsenal, right? A lot of Arteta winners were under the delusion, which I still think the delusion that Arteta wanted Sesko. Well, if Arteta wanted Sesko, he would be here. So that's all I'll say to that. But now that Gyokeres, he's become Arteta's highest ever goal scorer, in a single season, we had to drop it. Sorry. What else do you got? Jake, do you have anywhere where they can go on that one? Because he's gotten a tune out of a striker.
I mean, they're just looking really stupid right about now. They're just looking really, really dumb. I mean, my whole thing with it is that we've tried Havertz, and Havertz has failed. He has not gotten us over the line ever. Havertz is good. He's not shit. Obviously, he's there, and he's getting paid to play. He's not horrible, but he's not good enough. He's not good enough, and that's what we need is good enough. Gyokeres is proving. And if you want to call it slowly, I guess you can call 21 goals and what's he on, like 4 or 5 assists as well. I guess you can call 25 G&A like a slow burn or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't compute to me. None of it computes to me. I think he's on fire, and I think that he's been showing all season his qualities. And I think that you cannot understate what Bukayo Saka's influence was today and what it could be going forward in the next few games that are so crucial. And I think that's, like we said, if Star Man starts bringing the stardom to the games, Gyokeres is right there with him.
I feel like Saka was watching Elise the other day, and he's like, the minute I get to start, I'm going to shut some fucking people up. Although, big up to Elise, he's been amazing. He's been magnificent. But as Mo said today on the terrace, right? A lot of these players at PSG, at Bayern, they don't have to play the grueling schedule that a Premier League player does, which is why you have to kind of just give Saka his due credit. Like if Saka was playing in the Bundesliga, if he was playing in PSG's team, dude would be on 30 goals a season. Like he just would. I mean, like 25% of his game time, though.
Havertz for
Are you talking about Havertz? Hey, that's another thing in the Gyokeres thing. I always say that, by the way, for people who say, "Oh, this guy hasn't played enough." availability is the best ability.
Reece James is awesome. Reece James.
Thank you. That's my
magnificent player. Magnificent player. Fantastic. When he's fit.
And then they were strapping him up with glue and then signed him to a contract, and then he got injured 2 days later. And he's been.
That's hilarious. That shit's so funny to me.
That's Chelsea.
Not that he got injured, yeah, but that Chelsea have egg on their face constantly. Anyway, that's an aside.
Yeah. Man of the match for JT. Both assisted each other as well. Rookie goes, but honestly, I love how we didn't play 3-2-5 flat. We literally had real presence in the midfield, 3-1-3-3. Literally felt players were everywhere. Winning the ball was so easy because we were positioned well. Yeah. And by the way, is the 3 because Calafiori is basically just, as always, just vacated his area?
It wasn't just him, though. Even the commentators, even Lee Dixon pointed out right at the beginning of the first half that you guys are up 3-0 and Ben White is making the inside channel run through behind.
Yeah, I think they were trading places. There were times where Ben would fall into the 3 and Cala would be up there in the attack. And there were times when Cala would fall into the 3 and Ben would be in. When
Saka has width. When Saka has width, they choose to do the underlap instead of the overlap. So if Saka's boots are on the touchline and Ben White is trying to make a run, he's not going to run out of bounds to go on. And so many times, Mascara did it too in those last 5 minutes, a couple of times where they made the underlapping run. And Calafiori lives off that run, you know. So it's kind of something that's more common, you know, than the commentators obviously thought.
Yeah, that Saka's first assist was great, but earlier in the season, he did try those crosses and Gyokeres didn't get to them, but that alone should tell you how much Gyokeres has improved.
They're gelling.
Yeah, but there are also times where he absolutely refused to pass to him when he was making great runs as well. So I think, again, both things can be true at all times.
They are. Both of them are.
Yeah. Yeah, Ben White is building some fitness. He seems to be a bit slow, not refined technically yet, but I'm sure he can be back. I hope.
He just doesn't get close. He just does not get close enough. It really gives me anxiety every time Ben White is one-on-one. He just never, ever, it doesn't matter if it's Lookman, doesn't matter if it's Elise, doesn't matter if I'm on the left wing against Ben White. He gives the forward way too much space. And yes, I understand why, because he's afraid to get burned and beat in behind. But what that does is it allows the crosses to rain in. Chukwueze figured it out early on. And as soon as he had space, he was trying to whip balls in. And that is how we concede most of our goals this season, is when the ball comes in off a cross that we should have blocked and it causes chaos.
Yep. Bang on. Bang on. Trossard was also able to match the floor the team was playing. Yeah, spot on as well. Heaven forbid we win the league on goal difference or goals scored after all the pundits and FT guests, Football Terrace guests, I gotcha, saying that we can't attack and are so boring. Yeah, well, we said it in the preview the other day, right? Most of the people who are saying that are fans of Chelsea Football Club who are trying to overcompensate for the fact that their team hasn't scored a Premier League goal in 5 games.
That makes me so happy.
So, Dawn, I'm looking at you. We're watching you and Staffy have just literally waffle on for an hour and a half on Friday.
I actually watched Fridays. I watched that on Friday, yeah.
and literally, it was literally that was literally right after me and Jake got off the air, right?
Yeah.
And I'm literally there's my point
later.
exactly.
Yeah.
Chelsea fans are literally just trying to deflect from their own absolute shit form.
Don's a unicorn, though. Don is he's special.
The cans had to be emptied downstairs before they could empty them on the field. Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's epic.
Can't wait to have JT on. Hopefully you are just as good behind the mic as you are behind the keyboard. There is not enough internet for the dickhead I would become. Same.
I mean, honestly, Nate, I would rather win by 7 points than 7 goal difference. But
at the same time, guys, let's stay grounded. We have to be perfect.
Oh, we've known that though, Anton. We've known
Yeah,
that.
you know what I mean? But today was huge. Today was. It's
massive.
just. I was talking about all we needed Arsenal to do was build momentum. It's all about momentum, and it's not necessarily how you start or even how it's like in the middle. It's how you finish.
That's why Pep teams have been so ruthless over the years because they finish well.
Pep teams, it's on you now. You guys play the next 2 Premier League games. So, and by the way, it's against an Everton team who is going to be very, very, very hard to play against tomorrow, and a Brentford team that is. Where are they now in the Premier League after finally winning?
Brighton
for the
lost.
first time in 7 games.
Brighton lost today, so they're 6th. And that Brighton Newcastle game was fantastic.
I gasped Brighton up so much.
For all the people saying that Premier League is boring and that this is a terrible league or whatever, go watch that game. That game was fantastic.
Yeah, I was taking my power nap during that game. I only saw the scores. I haven't even seen any of the goals.
Newcastle got that 3rd goal in the 94th minute or something. It was close the whole time.
Love the Eze and Trossard combinations as well. It was smooth football, and Calfieri was if you are not entertained by watching the Arsenal today, then you
don't like football.
Got Arsenal derangement syndrome. That's all it is. MLS was everything I thought he would be. Same. I mean, in terms of, that's why I called for him to play in the midfield. As much as I wrote him off as an Arsenal player at left back, I did say in the pregame show that I wanted him to start in midfield for this reason. Amazing. Actually amazing. It opens up doors that Arsenal can now go down. You know what it does? Now I know that MLS can do this and we've seen it. Remember, we've always said you just haven't seen it. It means we can rotate, as we did today, our midfield too.
The biggest thing that Myles Lewis-Skelly performance does for me, not for me, but the biggest thing that it did was finally Arteta trusted him in a massive, massive game in the middle of the park. Why haven't we seen Zubimendi get rest at all this season? Because he clearly didn't trust anyone to do that role. Finally, you take a tiny little risk and give him an opportunity, and he shines like a diamond. And so he's proven to Arteta, the most important of all of these Arsenal fans out here, that he can do it. Well done.
Boom. I cannot wait to get into the match ratings, and we'll do it with JT as well. I'll let JT also get involved in the match ratings when we get there, because I'm excited. We had a lot of scores below the number 5 in recent weeks, and it's going to be good to actually have to do that show, to that portion of the game, the segment today.
Yeah.
JT, all good boys. I won't be hogging the mic too much. I will try to add the conversation so the dynamic keeps pumping. I have full belief in you, man. I have full belief in you, and that's why I've given you the stage, and it'll be coming in a few minutes after I'm done with everyone's comments here, and then we'll get to that part. And I'll give you a chance for all the guys who are making comments to actually use your mouths behind the camera. It's not just JT. I love Zubimendi and MLS pivot. If they had Odegaard as well, it would definitely kept ball better. And also with Trossard and Saka, I love it. Will definitely be technically superior. Do you know what MLS has done which impressed me and should I press Arteta? Against Newcastle, he combined well with Odegaard. Against today, he combined well with Rice, and he combined well with Zubimendi. So he shows he's got good chemistry with every midfield player. Eze as well in both games. So, well, not Eze in that game. Eze today, because Eze came off, right?
Right.
But that's good. That's exactly what the managers want to see. He did once. Fact. We've been literally playing Gyokeres with inefficient players like Madueke and Martinelli. That was my thing about the creators, right? Yeah, well, maybe there you go. Rookie, MLS definitely high level, and Anton, I think in one area is the quality as well. Next season will be great. Yeah, look, I did say when that came in that we put him on loan that would be a mistake, and And if we were not to go ahead to win the league, I think Arteta will go back and be like, what the fuck did I say? East Nwaneri on loan. Like,
yeah, no doubt.
Next generation's mate, I'm almost dead.
Well, excluding you then, Nate, we were not you.
Yeah, you know, only bad thing today was Gabriel Jesus. Definitely. I asked, can you tell the people the question I asked you at the end of the game?
Which one?
The one about Jesus.
I'd have to go back and look, man. I was so pumped. I was so like my head was gone at the end of the game. I think it was something about how it shows. It totally shows what happens when he comes in, or is he?
No.
Which one are you talking about?
I'll go back.
Yeah,
I will
go
go. I
find
went
it.
to
Here, I can look for it as well.
Is Jesus capable of staying
onside
onside like at all?
No. Yeah. Yep. Now I remember that one.
By the way,
and no. The answer is no. No, he wasn't.
Oh, come on, man! Like, how many? By the way, the Chelsea, we would have won 4-2 away at the Bridge. In that first leg, had he been able to stay onside. Remember, because he won a penalty.
Yeah.
There are a few of those times this year. I'm like, I think he had one against Kairat. He also got, and he was offside for that too. Like,
honestly, it's just more fuel for the Gyokeres flame because
I know, right? Because people trying to at one point was using Jesus as the
look at the contrast.
And by the way, the commentator pointed it out. By the way, that Gyokeres has got this ability to read the center backs and know exactly when to make those runs.
It was Graham Lassell, by the way, who is an asshole, really, and he hates Arsenal. And his commentary is so anti-Arsenal, like all the time. And even he was glazing Victor Gyokeres.
Yeah, finally. Where are all the Arsenal haters? I love Jack Swagger. He's one of your boys, yeah? Where are all the Arsenal haters? If we lost, there would have been 10 channels talking about how we suck today. Crickets. Oh, if we had lost, everybody would be coming for us because that would have been it. They would have gotten their way. Damon looked promising today. One thing on Damon, though, is I would like him to pass the ball a little bit more when he gets the ball. Because sometimes he's
still young.
So, yeah.
You can still blame that on him being 16 years old, that he holds onto the ball a little bit too much. We all did that when we were young and confident, as the Peter Drury was saying.
JT go, and it's on saving Australia's GDP.
Yeah.
One roll at a time. Ben White should be a defensive midfielder, but he's too dangerous in defense. Ooh, yikes, Jack.
I don't know about all
I know
that.
we see Myles Lewis-Skelly had been midfield, but maybe. I don't know. Calafiori, by the way, could be a great defensive midfielder.
Don't give Arteta ideas, man. Don't give Arteta ideas.
I really struggle with having to put Havertz there. I mean, no, but Calafiori would work there though. On the he would be good.
No, Ben White wouldn't. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Don't put that in his ear.
With White, it was a fitness thing. I think with White, it's I hope. I'm not going to rebut.
I just hope he comes. I hope, like, we know he's got it, but his defending it makes me nervous always.
Yeah. Havertz definitely great in the air and comfortable in midfield positions and can physically compete. So I definitely think he can play a part in the run-in. Yeah, again.
Look, he's in the squad, so we support him, and yes, he can play a part in the run-in. He's just not. He just shouldn't be the guy we're relying on. We bought Victor to be the guy. That's who we should rely on. We bought him for that reason. So
and one thing I'll say Havertz will be good in is if say we're chasing a goal and hopefully we're not chasing goals, chuck him up front with Victor Gyokeres and play like a 4-4-2.
Yes.
So make sure that you've got an Odegaard or something as one of your midfielders.
Oh, not without Eze. Not without Eze or Odegaard behind him. Definitely not. Yeah. That's the whole problem, right? When he plays, no one gets close enough to Havertz. And if he's in the midfield, he doesn't get close enough to whoever's up top. That's the whole problem.
Yeah. Big up, Jack.
Later, Jack.
Thank you so much. By the way, you did comment, by the way, I saw your comment on on our upset alert, right? About the randomness of when we come up. That actually show, by the way, is generally pre-recorded. We actually put it as a live.
That was the
a
first
surprise.
ever live one. Yeah.
But I am going to say, starting from next year, we are going to schedule all of our shows. They're going to come on exactly on time. And we had it earlier this year when I had Cal. I've had so many last-minute switches where this channel has changed
sometimes I'm not
so
around.
many times.
Yeah.
And it's harder. Next year, after we've finished this debut season, we're going to schedule lives. Like, it'll be there days ahead, and you'll know exactly every single time we'll come on at the exact same time. We're
Get
just
that
kind of
notification bell on, man. Get that notification bell on.
Yeah, for now, it's on the notification bell. It's a bit more spontaneous.
Right down there.
And by the way, the Anton and Dan show should be now, me and Dan have discussed, locked in for 12 p.m. UK time every Tuesday. Depends if Dan is on time or not, but just
if he's still sleeping.
Havertz, definitely a great profile. Problem this year was simply his physical failures, but he definitely can play a star. Rookie, I'm going to say this, and I've said it before.
He's actually got a point, though.
He does have a point.
The first Havertz injury, because when we saw him in preseason and against Man United, he looked like he had bulked up. He looked like he was getting, the little bit more of that press resistance and being able to hang on to the ball. But then that first injury, man.
Yeah. Look, if we can get Julian Alvarez this summer, I was saying, again, there's some people who are saying, let's sell Gyokeres so we can get in Julian Alvarez.
Give me both.
By the way, you're having two similar profiles because Alvarez needs to have, as Ruki pointed out before, a bigger striker next to him to kind of play off of.
Look what he does with Sorloth.
For me, Havertz, the thing with Havertz is, by the way, his availability is just not there. If I have a fit Alvarez and a fit Gyokeres for most of next season, if we do indeed move on to get Victor Alvarez, that bodes well. That means I don't need to start Gyokeres in every single game. It's sort of like Calafiori and Hincapié, which is like horses for courses. And I'm happy either way. I'm not going to be, if I got Julian Alvarez on my team, I'm not going to be so much in defense of Victor Gyokeres next season because I know that either one of those options will do me well. So, like, you know what I mean? I think it's a different, but like the Havertz thing is just, for me, driven me crazy. Like, we wanted a striker because Havertz isn't good as a striker, or, you know what I mean? Like, he's not, just wasn't enough. Havertz literally everything Arteta wants a striker to be. Goals as well, of course. Gyokeres is starting to do all definitely impressed me today. His overall play. Well, if that's what Arteta wants, I disagree with Arteta. That's all I say.
Same.
Anton, you keep saying Death Squad is that player you want to sell. If so, can I know the player?
No. Rookie, you're confused. The Death Squad is the best team we have, is what he's saying.
As in death to other people. It's a Star. I think it's from Star Wars. No, something. It's from a movie of some sort of sci-fi movie. It was anyway. Basically, it's like the team that I send out to obliterate my opponents. That's the idea of death squad. Not death to Arsenal, death to
our opponents.
Atletico, West Ham, whatever. You know what I mean?
Man City, especially. But
yeah. Facts. I am just being fair to Havertz. I don't rate him at all, fitness or not.
Same.
Same. JT, you even give me more reason to drop you the link. Hi, buddy. No Saka, no party. Boom.
Looks that way.
Nice to see you with a smile. I know.
Big up, SC.
Even last week, I was backpedaling against your boy Espino coming in here, giving me shit for like 70 comments, and I'm like,
yeah,
where's Espino today?
That guy's wild. He's wild. Yeah. Crickets. Where you at? Yeah. Oh man.
For me, it will be Ben White, Trossard, Jesus, Norgard, Martinelli, Reece Nelson, Madueke. I am not sure on Fabio Vieira yet. He has been at HSV. Fabio Vieira has been great at Hamburg this year, so I think they're gonna.
Don't even, bro. No. Don't even bring me. No. Fabio Vieira, nah.
No.
That's not a thing.
By the way, Fabio Vieira, that's an Edu thing. That's why I wanted Edu out. He brought players like that to our football club.
We want to move forward, not backwards.
Yeah. Yeah, the underlapping deep runs on both wings, definitely a great adjustment for them being positioned in the half space. Bang on. I love the way you analyze the game in general as a fan. Oh, thanks, Jeff. Thanks, Jeff. And by the way, I hope you're liking and subscribing. Yeah, look, I love to hear that feedback. And I do feel like I've gotten better at my craft as the years gone on. It's not easy. Trust me, it's not easy. Especially when we go live here. Anton, I definitely love Gyokeres today. Saka had a great XA today. Literally his chance creation level of last season, 0.85 was today very high. Yeah, amazing. Bro, even the championship last match of the season was epic. All teams playing at once and like 6 teams fighting goal for goal to make the playoffs.
Nice.
With that MLS performance, I might slow down on Asana Drago. They are the same profile, just Drago is bigger, although his injury issues this season has slowed him down. By the way, Rookie, I want to get onto the hand of Arsenal for a second because, by the way, he when he drops names, I've almost put him in Arsenal shirts already. So welcome to Arsenal, Tino Livramento. And who is the guy at Ajax? Who's the guy at Ajax? I forgot his name.
Sure.
The left winger, he wears number 11. Wait, I think I have him.
Ajax have plummeted down the table this season.
Is it Goats? Something like Goat?
I have not paid too much attention to them, to be honest.
Yeah, no, dude's a baller. Apparently, Arsenal is very serious about signing him as well. Which I imagine he's like the Leandro Trossard replacement. So, but Rookie, let me know about the guy from Ajax. By the way, Tino Livramento, Ben White out, Tino Livramento in. Sounds like music to my ears.
I'm fine with that. Yes.
100%. Rather, I would love to see Mamadou Sangare from Lens. He is a power and midfield engine of that Lens team competing with PSG. Actually, I do like it.
Of course, Rookie knows. Of course, Rookie's got it. Of
course, Rookie's got it. Yeah, definitely needs and the randomness definitely be there next season. Boom. Anton, please no, don't tell me you also in the Alvarez train. No, we don't, dude. Rookie, I'm gonna hardly disagree. Alvarez is fucking amazing. I hope we won't be playing more than 35 mil for Livramento injury issues and I'd rather focus on other signings first. Well, I think that's kind of where it's coming to play because I think his value has dropped. Mike Götze. Yeah, can you give me the scouting report, Rookie, on Mike Götze? And I do have my French scout to be coming on doing the World Cup, and we're gonna break down kind of a lot of these players, especially as we get into the transfer summer, because he literally is still a scout for PSG and for Lyon. What?
I just remembered. Doesn't the USA play against Australia?
Maybe.
I think.
Ooh.
Let me look this up. I think we do, man. I think we might have to do it. We might have to do a watch along.
All right, guys. Link. I'm going to copy and paste it in the chat. Hey, Mookie, come on and tell me why. I posted the StreamYard link in the chat now. This is the poor period of the show where you guys can come on. I know that JT has been itching to make his debut. And I made a promise to him when he was in the live chat the other day that he would come in if it was in fact an Arsenal win. Shades are off now because honestly, it's very weird looking at a screen with my glasses on. Although it helps me with the light. But
bro, June 19th, the second group stage game, USA versus Australia. We might have to do a
should be a stink fest. Hey, USA, by the way, USA, according to Nick Wright, has got 4 or 5 of the top most influential players in the World Cup. So,
I don't know who Nick Wright is, but can I get your guy's number? Because you smoking the good. That's all I'm saying. I mean,
all
maybe
right,
Christian Pulisic? Maybe?
No.
Okay, there you go. So, yeah.
Dude, Raul Jimenez is going to have more impact at the World Cup than any player on the U.S. team. Sorry, bro.
I tend to
and
agree
I'm
with
American.
you. I'm the biggest USA team. Dude, I'm a huge Team USA fan. Obviously, some of my greatest football memories. soccer memories, I should say, because we're talking about Team USA. Some of those are my favorite memories. Landon Donovan in 2010 versus Algeria. I lost my mind. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely love U.S. soccer, but
by the way, Robinson,
I'm a realist.
Robinson, who played today for Fulham, was not even on the list. They had the guy from Palace.
He'll be there. No, he'll be there.
But he is more influential.
Hey, don't be hating on Chris Richards now. He's decent. He's all right. He's okay.
Right.
We're talking about Team USA
before we bring on,
we're not talking about Brazil. We're talking about America. All right,
before we bring JT on, right? And it's good to put a face to the name, right? Rookie has given us the breakdown on Mike Götze.
On Mika Götze, yeah.
Micah Götze, literally Eredivisie Player of the Year, has the most goal contributions in the Eredivisie. A great player, very technical dribbler. My only problem is he hates contact. Look, that will fix itself playing for Mikel Arteta.
Yeah, if you play in the Prem, you play in the Prem, you're going to learn real quick.
Yeah. All right. Without further ado, another big Victor Gyokeres fan, because until he changed it to Mo, it was Bane on his profile picture.
Yes, it was.
He's been one of my most loyal viewers, and we told him for ages.
He's been on my channel a bunch too, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, we told him for ages, JT, get yourself a mic and come on. And without further ado, he has now finally done it, and he is here on the Fire Them Cannons postgame show. My boy, JT, welcome aboard.
Big up boys.
What's up?
Can you hear me?
Nice to finally meet you. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah,
Perfect.
good to put a face to the name. JT, I got a question for you. How are you feeling? Because I know you're a very balanced fan. I can see from all the comments that you kind of post in. Sometimes days you're feeling good. Some days you're not feeling too good. How are you feeling today on the 2nd of May, 2026?
Well, I'm very confident right now because this was the game. This was the game, the decider of the end of the season. The congested fixtures are ending. And for us, and City is waiting the hardest part of the season for them. Matches every 3 days until the end of the season. So it's on them. We done our job, the hardest part, and let's fucking get this.
Yeah. I love your accent, man. Where are you from?
Slovakia.
Oh, Slovakia.
Nice. I do have to say, I that's the worst jersey of all time, man. Like the snot rag. Really? I hate that jersey, man. I hate it so much.
It's my favorite jersey, by the way.
Hey, fair enough. To each his own. I cannot stand the snot rag, man. That's man.
The blue collar workers,
No, I understand the map. I know what it is.
Yeah.
It's like the map of the North London area around the stadium. I understood what it was. Oh God. And they wore it. They actually wore that. The only time I've ever gotten to see Arsenal live was the MLS All-Star game in DC.
Myles Lewis-Skelly All-Star game?
Yeah. Yeah. Havertz's first game with the skills. I was like 30 yards from the skills competition when they were. Oh my God, bro.
Chelsea fans are having a field day that day. He didn't even kick the ball yet for Arsenal.
God, man.
Oh my God.
Chelsea fans had a field day today. Hate watching, and in the end, it's very bad.
Yeah.
Chelsea fans the other day were, I can tell you in the Football Terrace group chat, were messaging more than anybody else in an Atletico Madrid game where they were telling me that Ben White, that was a penalty, even though I was saying, hey, came off of his foot first. No, what are you talking about? By UEFA rules, it's a penalty. Eze dived today.
Actually, by UEFA rules, it wasn't a penalty, but that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah, right. Correct. Thank you. Nothing. Because now Arsenal have entertained everybody, and they still haven't scored in 5 games. And I've already put in my predictions that it will be 6. So let's wait Monday, Chelsea, it's on you. We'll be watching, and I will be saying what I see. And if I see you guys play well, I'll say it. But if you fail to score for a 6th consecutive game, they're gonna
play the scrubs and still beat you. Come on. They're gonna rest for their second leg, and they're still gonna beat Chelsea. I'm excited.
JT, because this is the first time you've been on, I always do this. I do this for every single person that's come on to Fire Them Cans for their debut. Tell us your story of how you become a Gooner. What made you fall in love with the football club?
Bro, that's a long story. Long story short, it was my father was a big football fan, but he was actually a Liverpool fan, and it was like maybe 2000, 2001. He brought me a jersey, but he was so fucking disappointed. He's from Nigeria, and the only jersey that was available, of course, a counterfeit, but it was an Arsenal jersey, so he didn't want to come back with empty hands, so he brought me an Arsenal jersey. I started watching the boys, and I was like, damn, this is my team, fuck Liverpool.
Yeah, we were epic then. we were absolutely epic then.
We are epic now. Okay, this could be right. If we win our next 5 games now, or at 5?
5 left. Yes.
It would be the greatest season in our club's history.
Indeed, it would.
Despite all of the moaning from everybody.
Look, it was never going to be easy, man. They were never going to lay down. It was always going to be nervy. It was always going to be like this. But like you said at the beginning of the show, Anton, to have the noise in that stadium be like that the whole time. 5 more times, or how many home games?
Well, we got 2 more
Twice.
That's one thing I was. That's one thing I was saying, guys. Guys, I said this on the terrace at the very end. I don't know if you heard me. The next 2 games at the Emirates Stadium potentially could be, if things go in our right way, booking ourselves a final in the Champions League and lifting the Premier League trophy.
Quite possibly lifting the title, yeah.
We have 2 games at the Emirates left this season. Those 2 things could occur in our last 2 games of the Emirates.
I mean, I think tomorrow, sadly, we will only get one of our dreams. Tottenham won't get relegated. And I think Aston Villa battles it, the classic Emery bottle, good evening and shit. And they will battle it against Spurs, keep them up, battle it against Forest, and then have to fight until the end of the season and give us the win at the Etihad.
You know what? I would rather that. I would rather that, honestly. I would actually rather that, to be honest.
This is the difference between us and Spurs fans and Chelsea fans. If you told me today that Arsenal beat West Ham next week, but as a consequence it keeps Tottenham up in the Premier League, I'm taking it. Because I don't give a fuck about them. I want to win the Premier League.
Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to go down like that, honestly. I think Villa are going to rest a lot. They're going to rest everybody because they're down, but they have an opportunity because they're at home. I think they're going to rest everyone, and I think Spurs. I think Spurs are going to stay up, man. I'm starting to accept it.
I know. I was so close. I said they were 1 loss away, but given that West Ham got thrashed today, I'm just going to tell you guys ahead of the time.
Nez and his tinfoil hat might have been true. He might have come true. He might have said it because he said it 3 weeks ago. He was like, the Premier League are not letting Spurs go down. And
you know what I was saying? Me and KJ were having a massive debate a few hours ago. I'm not going to say last night because it's going to confuse the hell out of a bunch of people, but during the daytime for you. I was saying if Tottenham go down, he's like, oh, they'll come back up next year. I'm like, I don't think so. I think if Tottenham go down, you're not going to see them for at least 4 or 5 years, because that whole thing gets destroyed, and they don't have the correct management to build it back up again properly from scratch.
Did you see the West Ham game today?
No, I was taking my power nap.
Bro, they were robbed like 3 different challenges. The penalty was like so. West Ham should have had a penalty. The goal shouldn't have stood because there was a foul. So it looks like the Premier League are helping Spurs a little bit to stay up. But to be fair, they really robbed them a few times as well. So it's just the incompetence, I guess.
Yeah, it's looking a little fishy. Not gonna lie, but
let's hold our horses.
Brentford were value for their win.
let's hold our horses. Hopefully Villa can smash Tottenham tomorrow and potentially we can have our cake and eat it too. So
the point about that is though that because Brighton lost today, it's still if Villa win, it's done. Champions League is set.
So that's what puts us again.
Yeah, the sixth place team can't.
I'll repeat myself again though, Jake. Right?
Unless United smash Liverpool, then Liverpool can still be caught.
I'm going to contradict myself from about 30 seconds ago, right? To go back to our original premise, we're not Tottenham fans or Chelsea fans. If I can keep that little fish on the hook for Aston Villa all the way into the last day of the season, I would do that versus relegating Tottenham.
100%. 100%.
I want Forest to win on the weekend. And also on Thursday, because that knocks them out, which means that they can't qualify that way.
Also, I think if Spurs wins tomorrow, it really demoralizes West Ham, and I think they will crumble against us, and we can smash them like 3-4. Why not? If Spurs loses tomorrow, I think they still will have the belief and the fight in them. And the West Ham game could end up being the most difficult one left.
Yeah, that could go either way, though, honestly, because if they lose, if Spurs win, then West Ham might be even more desperate. So that could go either way. It could go either way.
It could be, but I think what you saw today, maybe today wasn't a great example because as Jake has been telling everybody for the last month, the ultimate on the beach team is Fulham, and they literally put that on display for you today. So with a West Ham team that they're still going to leave spaces behind. Look, West Ham would be in the relegation zone potentially if Tottenham get anything.
Brentford were all over. Brentford were all over them. So if we play like we did today, we'll smash them too.
Yeah, we just need to keep the form. Finally, we clicked after so many games, 2 months or so. That was like kind of sus. But finally it clicked. Saka's best game this season. Saka has his best game this season.
Gyokeres' best game this season.
As well, yeah.
So I was saying, the bad form, everybody, we were all like losing our minds, right? And there's no way, we've bottled it. One thing that's really good is the bottling. That's why I highlighted Newcastle, and I was like, I'm not going to be predicting any trophy wins until I see what we look like against Newcastle. Now, that was also a bit of a horseshit performance, but we won. But it wasn't until Atletico Madrid where I'm like,
Also,
I see something.
I was critical very much of Arteta, and I thought if we will continue the bad form, but kind of go over the line just barely, I wouldn't have the trust. But now I think this little blip or the struggle we had, it really unlocked it could unlock something in him and actually see, okay, the game style or the play style I had the whole season worked, but it doesn't work for everything.
What we need right now.
Yeah, exactly. And he maybe finally will see, okay, it can't be just defense first, but it has to be a combination. And now I have a bigger trust. If he can continue with this style of football, of course, I will have a bigger trust in him to actually adapt for what we need, depending on if we need to be more defensive, more offensive. So hopefully we win it. And I guess Arteta will stay no matter what if we win the league. And hopefully he will learn from it, and we can throw the Arteta out in bullshit debate out of the window finally.
Well, I want to take this take on it, because we've basically said today, because Hand of Arsenal for me is like the GOAT. When he talks, he doesn't just talk he's not Indy Kyla, right? And today he basically, I saw on his Instagram post, I saw on his Twitter, he basically saying that, hey, Pep's gone.
I saw that.
Enzo is in. Yeah. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that changes the Arteta out debate, because if he's going, Man City are now in transition. That means all of our rivals are in transition. Why would we go into transition too? I want to ask both of you guys this question though. Does the Pep news change the Arteta stance? Because it has for me. I'm I didn't
Not for
see.
me.
I didn't. All right, Jake, you elaborate on that.
Not for me, man. I get it. I understand completely where you're coming from. Mikel Arteta has not won essentially because he's been up against arguably the GOAT of managers, one of the greatest ever. We'll say one of, and we won't get into that. But so I understand him leaving, and if we keep our project together, but I just, man, that's so tough. That's so tough. I don't know. God, it's so tough to say
For
because
me,
he just hasn't done it. He just hasn't, we haven't done it no matter who the opponent's been. I just don't set as much store by the fact that it's I don't give him any grace for not winning because it's Pep. So I feel like I can't then say, oh, well, because Pep's not there, we're for sure going to win. You know what I mean? It's like an incongruent argument in my mind, so I don't give him it's not an excuse for me that he's up against one of the greatest ever. That I still think Arteta should have won already. So
Yeah,
it can't be the other way for me,
I
Yeah,
have
JT?
to agree. I have to agree with Jake. And for me, we shouldn't be looking around us. We should be looking at our team and what the trajectory is going forward. So that's why I said what I said. And it should be, if we were better than the last year, or if we're the best that we can be, and if we can maintain it, or if we can keep growing, if the ideas aren't as fresh anymore, if it doesn't work, it doesn't matter if there is Pep, if there is anyone else. We have to keep the project moving, and maybe even if Arteta doesn't leave next year, maybe he leaves the year after, or, hard to say. I want to see progression, continual progression. And if I see this performance we saw today for the end of the season, and it will continue throughout the next season, I am willing to keep backing him,
Yeah. Well,
Also,
you
just
go for
one
it.
quick point. Have you heard, I don't know who said it, and if it's true, you can maybe correct me, but apparently some sources around Cesc Fabregas said that his dream is to coach Arsenal once.
I heard that. Yep.
Oh, look, Jake is a massive Cesc Fabregas fan, so I'll let actually Jake answer that question. But for me,
I would love that.
For me, it's like the way that Andrea Berta has built this team, which is kind of my premise for the Arteta. If he doesn't win anything, he should go at the start of the year. Is he's given him all the tools, so there's no excuses. If Arteta is to go, I need a manager who has experience of winning at the highest level. That's the only thing I'm trading him out for at this point. If I can get Luis Enrique, you know what's so funny? If I could get Pep, I mean, come on, Pep is leaving Man City. Come on, just
He's apparently
get Pep.
joining Stockport, I heard.
Yeah. I mean, he went to their game instead of watching PSG Bayern.
By the way,
because
wouldn't that be the
apparently they're
greatest?
shit.
Wouldn't that be the greatest thing ever? By the way, if Pep all of a sudden was Arsenal's manager,
That'd be awesome. Dude. Now he's gonna go to Wrexham.
That would be
Ryan Reynolds is going to be like, hey.
But Pep, I feel that Pep is the type of manager, when you watch his press conferences, that comments really get to him, and he wants to troll back the questions that he got asked. And I think the accusations for him that he can't be the best manager until he takes a team that isn't the best in the league and win with them, I could see him after City maybe taking on a challenge and try to prove the haters wrong.
Well, if he really wants to go for it, if he really wants to go for that, go to Aberdeen and win the Scottish Premier League.
You know, I could see.
Beat Real Madrid in the Champions League.
I know Spain are the defending European champions,
Of
but I
course.
could see if things don't go well for them in the World Cup, I wouldn't be surprised if he takes on Spain as the manager or some international duty, because
He said he
if he
doesn't
would go
wanna
on and
coach
win a
Spain.
World Cup,
He said he doesn't want to coach
people
Spain
change their
because of
minds.
his-
I've you know what I mean? Like, it's
That's fine.
for me. If I was him and I wanted to be known as the GOAT in my sport, I want to win. I've won it in all domestic all club competition trophies possible, except for France. And to be honest, I don't think he's got much to
That'd be
prove if
dumb.
you go take on a
Yeah.
PSG, because that's not Like, come on. Like
Now,
of course
if he went and coached Angers or Lens and won the French league, then
hey, bring some of those other teams, Marseille or Lyon, back to greatness.
Yeah.
That would be something. But I'm thinking go to win a World Cup or win a Euros, and now you're doing something that not even Sir Alex was able to do in his career, which is also deliver on an international level. Like that would be something insane, and it's less responsibility for him. He can chill out a little bit, go to all the games, watch, analyze. Hey, you know what? Hey, I would get him at England. You know what? Let's
That's a challenge as well.
That is a challenge. England hasn't won since 1966.
No. Rookie's last comment just now. Rookie's comment. He might go to Italy, and that's a challenge. That's a challenge. That's a challenge, man. I'll tell you.
Speaking of Rookie has got a masterclass for me on why Arsenal should not buy Julian Alvarez, and I will now read it to the people. By the way, Rookie says he lets beyond, but didn't prepare for it. We'll be here the next time. That's right.
Oh, yes.
I'll say to you, just as we said to JT, get yourself one of these. Get yourself one of these. There you go. And absolutely. And dude, you give us so much great football analysis and scouting. It's absolutely crazy. Anton, now on Alvarez. He's a great technician and also great shooter and comfort in midfield areas, but lacks a physical presence is simply a big concern is this level of the Premier League physicality. Hey, look, at least he admits what he's good at. It's good. It shows me that you're giving me a balance. Take it.
But Alvarez knows the physicality of this league.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was going to say. Is that he's been a Premier League champion with Manchester City. And by the way, there was a time where Haaland, when they took us to the wire and they beat us 2 seasons ago, Haaland was actually out for a good portion of that season. So was KDB, and he filled in for both of them in those roles and was integral to them winning the title that season. Alvarez is a great passer, elite even, but it means if we have Alvarez as a striker, if we can't build up from the back, we can't simply go long. That's literally not a good plan, especially for Arsenal. See, this is where me and you differ, and Mama explained my kind of thing on Alvarez. Unlike Kai Havertz, I think that Alvarez could replace Odegaard and play in the 10 more effectively and play off Victor Gyokeres more effectively than Kai Havertz does.
I think what Arteta or Arsenal does really good is we have so many players that can play on so many positions, and we basically have double the squad depth because of that, because so many of our players can interchangeably go from center back, left back, etc. And Alvarez is great because he can play false nine, he can play striker, left wing, right wing. I can see him be really the solution of all the injury problems we had with our front line recently.
Yeah,
it gives him a more incentive. That what you said right there, JT, is perfect because it gives him more incentive to come here. Why did he leave City? Because Haaland is always going to be in front of him. But if you come here, like what you just said, Arteta loves versatility. He can't get enough of versatility, So you have the opportunity. You could literally play at any of the front line, any position in our front line.
For all intents and purposes, I believe next season, Trossard is going to be on. Martinelli is going to be gone. I think Havertz is going to be gone.
Hopefully.
So Jesus is going to be gone. So there is a multitude of different places that you can put him in. I assume it's like Micah Gotts is in. Alvarez is in.
Yeah, he's in.
That's great. That's perfect. So, you already got Eze, you really got Saka, you got Gyokeres, you got Odegaard, who I once had on the out list. I think he stays. I do. Just because he is the club captain, he does kind of give you that element of control. And I think his future is more in the 8, kind of where seeing how Rice has been deployed now, putting him back in the 6, I think Odegaard can do that. What Myles Lewis-Skelly did today as well, very, very effectively, and what Zubimendi did against Atletico very effectively. So you put Odegaard in there. That's why I think he's going to stay. But
Boys, I have to come in. Just quick one. I don't really see Odegaard staying. Regardless of what you think about him as a player, we can disagree on that. But the injuries, man, it's like every game, every knock, he just can't keep fit.
Look,
That's fair.
That's fair. Hey, JT,
I love Odegaard, man. I love Odegaard, and when he's fit and firing and playing well, I think he is, integral to our success. Arteta thinks, and I've always believed that Arteta thinks our best attribute as a team is the way we press, and Odegaard leads that press so well. But you're 100% right. Like when the wind blows, there goes his knee.
I mean, at the same time, though, you get Julian Alvarez in, you get a Micah Gotts in, you're going to have Ethan Wanieri back. Max Dowman has to have a spot in that team as well next year. So your attack is then essentially, I don't know, you guys can pick where you guys want to put them. Eze, Saka, Gyokeres, and then Alvarez, Gotts, Dowman, Ethan, Madueke. That sound good?
Can we get rid of Madueke as well? Is that on the table? Please? Anyone? No?
I just put Madueke in as a third stringer because next year, eventually Max Dowman will be 17? Oh, he'll be 17, right? So next year is his bench player season. By 18 is when I'm going to start to allow him to start more games.
Let him run the Carabao Cup.
Yeah, but the only issue is why I keep Nutty in there is when I say his bench player season, I mean like the whole year. So if I have a Madueke, I'd still start him because I'm trying to protect Max's trajectory and not kind of have the issues we're having now with Bukayo Saka later down like they're having, by the way, with Lamine Yamal. Like already, you know what I mean? And
Anton, I have a question for you. If you had to choose, because it could be a possible scenario, keep Nwaneri and Madueke has to go, or you keep Nwaneri and keep Madueke and Nwaneri goes, because I don't see him staying.
I'm keeping Ethan.
There's a no-brainer.
Keeping Ethan.
I can see Nwaneri wanting to stay because the front line is just too crowded with Madueke.
No, I'm keeping Ethan.
Like you said, with Odegaard's injury record, and if for some reason we get a shock Odegaard exit this summer, he won't be needed in the front line. He'll be in the midfield.
Yeah, maybe that.
Yeah. So I think that's kind of the way I think Arsenal might be moving. And that's why I love the Hand of Arsenal, who is a friend of the show. He's a subscriber of Fire Them Cannons. And I trust him like hell. What?
Who the fuck is he, by the way? He's like a secret
Illuminati. You don't know. It could be a girl.
One of the biggest.
He's like
Twitter
the Illuminati of Arsenal. He knows everything.
ITK.
Never wrong.
It's the ITK. That's what. That's all I know.
Yeah, and I got Tino in my team next year, according to him.
Yeah.
Dude, he's got 100% record. He's got 100. He never told you that Rodrigo is coming to Arsenal. He's always said like, if Rodrigo were to leave Real Madrid, Arsenal was his first choice. Rodrigo chose to stay at Real Madrid, but he never said he's. Tino Livramento is a different story. Tino is probably going to be leaving Newcastle, and Arsenal very much are looking at him to play next season. Micah Gotts is somebody that Arsenal has been looking at the whole year and plan to go after him in the summer. That's those different wordings than Rodrigo. So the Rodrigo is the one that he's mentioned that's never kind of materialized. Everything else has been 100% spot on.
He told you
about Mosquera about a day before Fabrizio did.
By the way, just to push back a little bit on Rookie and finish off on Alvarez, I think why we are looking at him and why we were looking at Gordon as well is because we are so bad at transition, and we had so many good opportunities to transition fast, and we just couldn't make anything out of it. And Alvarez is great in transition, so is Gordon. That's why I think we wanted him or looked at him. And one more thing that is a little bit slept on with Alvarez is his great link-up play. You know, we are missing, he can drop deeper, and we are missing the guy that can link up the play when all the other midfielders are occupied. I can see Alvarez being game changer for us.
I'm going to add something on top of that, and I'll go back to a lot of Rookie's other points. What did Alvarez do that Arteta loves, that Nicolas Jova loves, against Barcelona in the first leg, almost against us in the first leg. What does he do, boys?
Some dirty free kicks. Some dirty free kicks. Whew. Yeah.
So I got Rice as my one of my, because Rice is stronger from his left than his right. You can see it from the corner. That's why he has Saka. So Alvarez would be the answer to Saka from the free kicks from the other side.
I mean, is he immediately our best free? If Alvarez came to the club, would he immediately be the best free kick taker, like straight on, not corner kicks?
And the thing is with Rice is right. He had the 2 against Real Madrid, but it's been over a year since he's done it again. So he
doesn't go for that very often, though.
Right, where Alvarez does.
Also, teams know not to give us free kicks in and around the box, so I'm not sure how often we get straight on, right in front, shot-worthy free kicks.
Yeah. If we had technicians all over the pitch like a City or Barca, I might get the Alvarez thing, but it doesn't simply suit our players and build up and require a lot of changes and also Eze. I mean...
Well, also think about this, Rookie. If we win the league and or the Champions League, obviously Arteta's going to stay, and he might adapt. He might change a little bit now that we've got the monkey off of our back and there's not so much pressure to win. That fear factor of, oh, we haven't done this in 23 years. Oh, we've never won a Champions League. It'll be gone. So there might be some adaptation, some more attacking changes in the next.
And I also think that next year we will have technicians. If you have Micah Gotts, you also have Max Dowman, who's going to be an elite technician. Eze, who's an elite technician. I mean, Odegaard, if he stays, is an elite technician. Asaka, he can tell you what he said today with his feet, that he's a good technician. I think we got enough. I think Alvarez would thrive in the Arsenal's team. And Ethan, we got Ethan as well. Eze loves zone 14, so does Alvarez. That's exactly what we are doing. What we're going to do in that situation. In my opinion, Alvarez should simply go to Barca or PSG. Their style fits him more, and that's fine. I'm going to push back and say I don't want him at either of those 2 clubs because I want to win the Champions League. I'm selfish. Rather we go for Igor, Thiago, and Krupi together and keep Gyokeres and go big on a threatening left winger like Yandi Amande and maybe a Barcola.
Not a bad shot.
Not a bad shot.
I don't really like Igor Thiago.
You would have to get rid of Jesus.
I don't know if Igor Thiago. I think Igor Thiago creates issues for me.
I get the point.
I don't know if he's going to come to Arsenal and be happy to be a rotational piece. I think he has a niche cut out for himself at Brentford where he could just be the guy there. But I don't think he's a big club player.
He also had a massive injury. Do you realize that Igor Thiago was brought in to replace Ivan Toney?
Yeah.
But then he had like a 14-month injury.
Well, he has.
And he's just now back. How long has Ivan Toney been gone? Like Bumo and Wissa were the Toney replacements. And because Thiago, he was there, he was just injured for so long. But now that he's got his chance, he's killing him, man. He got another goal.
I just be honest, I don't think Brentford is giving up. I don't think he's leaving Brentford. I think they've just kind of had their little changeover here. And I think they've got a player in Igor Thiago who, again, as I said, fits a niche there. He's good, but sometimes not every player needs to go from be a feeder from the other clubs into the big 6, right?
Hey, God willing, he keeps putting in some more work, and puts in more work in a couple of weeks, and gets some more goals versus a certain blue team from Manchester, and they'll make Europe, and he won't need to go anywhere.
Not a couple of weeks, exactly a week from when we kicked off.
They're knocking on the door for Europa League, and. If Liverpool shit the bed for the rest of the season and maybe Villa shit the bed for the rest of the season, who knows?
Yeah.
Champions League isn't statistically done for Brentford yet. So honestly, if Thiago gets to play in Champions League, he's not going anywhere.
But at the same time, though, guys, this is an argument against Alvarez. Both of you guys, raise of hand. Who'd you rather have, Alvarez or Igor Thiago? Who's a better player?
Alvarez,
clearly.
100%.
There you go. So, I mean, this is a name I love.
Bin everything I just said. Bin it all.
will be available this summer. Literally falling out with Allegri. Bayern is all over him. I would love. Why does Bayern fucking? They've got fucking Luis Diaz and Michael Olise. Stop being greedy. We're gonna fucking get Leao. Apparently, they want Anthony Gordon as well. I'm like,
Arteta's never signing Leao. He doesn't work on defense, and that's a requirement to be a winger for Arsenal.
And
because I'm done explaining.
He's kind of, I think, a little bit of a troublemaker, and I don't like his attitude too much. I don't see him.
The thing about having a Zlatan Ibrahimovic attitude is you have to be Zlatan.
Also, just one more point on what Rookie said. I don't think we should go all in on the game plan that works now. We should be branching out a little bit to the more technical side and have more weapons, not just be the strong physical team.
That's always my argument against Havertz, JT.
Yeah,
because everyone's like all loving about Havertz, and like the whole idea about Victor Gyokeres, which is why both, and I believe Jake would back me up on this, why both of us have been on his supporting train the whole year, is that we needed something different. We needed a someone who comes in and bangs the goals and is against what everybody else does. I didn't need another Havertz. That's why I didn't want Benjamin Sesko. I needed somebody who does something different. Now, what Alvarez does is what Arteta would love to have. He's a better version, shorter, I'll granted, but he's a better version of Kai Havertz. So if I get a combination of Alvarez and Gyokeres, man, that's the perfect. I think
all these choices go back to the manager. If Arteta can be smart with it, he can find a way to make it work and find ways to incorporate different profiles of players and etc. It's all about how we can evolve the game plan and not just lean on to one side of the style we are doing right now.
And by the way, today was a great illustration of that, because all of a sudden you're seeing, hey, look at both of Victor Gyokeres' goals. Hey, what were we saying the whole year? These wingers just not creating much for him. Well, Saka just absolutely does Jimenez and gets him the ball right across the box. We could just tap it in. And then Trossard complete the other different types of things he can do, puts a cross into the box for him to head home. Where was that the whole year? It was literally those two players playing with him this year where I'm like, Trossard, Saka, why don't you pass into Gyokeres? All of a sudden, hey, he's learning how to suit Victor Gyokeres' strengths. And then you got Eze, another guy who, by the way, everyone was going to say was a flop because they're too impatient to see, doing what he's doing and being a magician in midfield and also adding to that supply line. Finally, we live to come on like this next time we discuss some tactics and Arsenal transfers. Yes. Yuki, we're going to do all that throughout the summer. Also with some World Cup mix in between, but we'll be talking about all of this stuff. And I do have a scout who does still to this day work for both Lyon and PSG as a scout. And I'm going to ask him a lot of questions. I'm going to ask him about Michael Götze.
Yeah, we need to convert him. We need to get him sending stuff to the Arsenal. Let's get those scouting reports sent on down to London.
Yeah. Well, look, a lot of the scouting reports are the same. So they do scouting work on even our players. So I discussed with him about 2-3 months ago. He was actually breaking me down Max Dowman, because PSG also have a profile on Max Dowman. In fact, they approached him in the summer.
Really?
Yeah, nice. He turned them down to stay. So he has a full profiling on Max Dowman. For me, there was no conversation to start with. Win or lose, Arteta was going to stay. Kroenkes won't risk stability. I honestly think it comes down to him himself.
Yep.
To Mikel.
I really think he possibly could be walking himself if he doesn't win anything this season.
Yeah.
Like for him and for the team, he seems like the kind of guy that maybe would put the ego in the bin and just move on.
Yeah. Mikel has been consistent and performed at the highest level, but hasn't won. But in the eyes of the owners, he is consistently competing at the highest level with everything provided for him.
There's something to that.
Definitely.
It's really tough for ownership It's really tough for no ownership to sack a manager that is consistently up there, you know.
We win on Tuesday. We're in the Champions League final.
Yeah,
So,
I think a lot of people don't really think about the fact that just winning on Tuesday is worth like $30 million or something. Just to win that game, just to make the final of the Champions League is like buying Nani Madueke again. It's like getting our money back for Madueke. So like,
which we needed.
you know what I mean? So
I prefer to make the money back on Noni by selling him, but
agreed. But Ruki's point is right that
yeah.
like, why would the owners be mad? He's making the club tons of money.
The most important thing to the owners is consistency. It's the most important thing to me. Literally only fans do this win trophies or failures mentality.
Not sponsored by OnlyFans, by the way.
Yeah. No, wait, JT, watch it.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop my link in the channel below. I'm gonna drop my link in the comments, everybody.
Football's a business, and the people who run those businesses always value consistency. Heard Pep Italy national manager links. Don't know if it will happen, but it would be nice for him to go to Serie A and restore some excitement to their league. Yes, AC Milan it'd be good to see them being revived. I mean, honestly, I love.
How funny would it be if Arteta leaves, Fabregas goes to Como, or Fabregas comes to Arsenal, and Pep goes to Como?
Wouldn't that be something?
That'd be crazy.
I don't know if it will happen, but it would be nice for him. Oh, yeah, he did that one. Anton, you're not seeing the trajectory of the EPL. The physicality is too much. I can see Alvarez as a versatile option, but as a main striker with how tactical and physical the league is. But again, we've got number 14.
Gyokeres.
So physical profiles are needed. Instead of Götze and Alvarez, rather Igor Thiago and Yan Diomande, not because I'm getting dyslexic. Not because the earlier aren't good, but factoring our styles of play and our league, I'd rather the latter. Yeah, but I just think realistically it's going to be Götze and Alvarez. And I'm excited about that. I mean, that's all I really have to say. Yeah.
For me, Igor Thiago is, from what I watched of him, he's like a 1-3 kinda, and I'm questioning how many of the goals he scored. He can score against low blocks, and with the system we have, it's like
there is always
they are exploiting the physicality a lot with him. But how good will it work for a team like Arsenal? I don't see.
That's why Micah Goss is very great idea. Because what does Ajax have in common with Arsenal in their Eredivisie?
Everyone plays low blocks against them.
Yeah. Micah Goss definitely a big gamble. Could be another Anthony. I think he's a better player. I think he's a better player.
I don't know. If he's got potential to be an Anthony, that's a red flag.
I think he's just putting two and two together of they're both from Ajax. We also got a Jurgen Timber from defender, obviously. But that worked out well for Arsenal. That transition is the same reason we signed Gyokeres and we have improved. But Alvarez also is a great link-up wise, but as a striker with the technicians we have, it will hamper our build-up. Our build-up's already pretty fucking hampered. So, Alvarez or nothing, says Georgia. I love seeing some female goonerettes in the chat. It's good to see. He can play left wing.
Yes, he can.
That's not the level or type of technician we need. I'm talking about build-up technical players, Alex Garcia type, like David Silva in between the lines type of players and drop deep. I think we need to be able to be buying players like that, to be honest. Yep. I think that's a different. We don't need Alvarez to do that. We need another player on top of that that's like him. But I think, I do think we do need that profile on our team. Though.
We do struggle with good pressing teams like Liverpool or Man City, and we've seen it this season. We didn't really beat any of them,
And Zubamendi, we thought would somewhat be that type of player. He really hasn't turned out to be that. So we kind of do need to look for another kind of option in that way. Leao is 2 on my list. It's not Igor Thiago cool. Marcus Thuram fits the profile. So does Pio Esposito.
I
Or
was
the
so
guy,
nice to Varane.
or the striker from Leverkusen.
Yeah,
I
he
heard
said
that we.
Fofana.
Fofana.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's on the list.
Oh,
You're on the
he
list.
said him.
Yeah. I think we will be more technical next year, but what you guys aren't understanding is this league literally is 19 other teams with great defensive structures and physical attributes.
Fair.
Yeah, look, where are these comments? Arteta knows this. To thrive this league, we need to compete physically first across the whole pitch. It's important. Exactly why I'm seeing Rookie messages as I'm talking. Across the whole pitch is important. Exactly why I'm banging on about the physical striker profile. But I think, Rookie, we got the physical striker profile.
We are already there.
In Victor Gyokeres. I watched the past 2 seasons. Top scorers and top 5 were mostly the league most physical forwards. Physical important is key.
There you go.
But yeah, but again, I think where the three of us are coming from here is that Alvarez doesn't have the pressure to be the lone striker, the man, the only answer to there. Victor Gyokeres plays a big part in balancing that out. So you have both of the players. You know,
I have to add maybe to Rookie's point and play a devil's advocate a little bit. Is Victor Gyokeres really that physical type of striker as we thought he would be? Because I'm not so sure.
What do you think, Jay?
He's fighting a lot, but I don't see him dominating physically, you know?
I mean, there's a lot of really strong, big tree trunk mother effers playing center back in this league. And, I mean, he manhandled Anderson and Bassi today, I thought. He's able to get in between the player and the ball really well. But yeah, I agree that Victor does get bogged down sometimes in the physical battle and doesn't always win it, unfortunately. But, when he's on it like he was today.
Anton watched Ajax the whole season. His problem with physical contact in the Eredivisie is very concerning. If you can't compete Eredivisie physically, how can you compete in the Pro? That's a very, very good question. Very fair. I just think that if Mikel Arteta wants him, if Andrea Berra wants him, I think they see the ability and they say, hey, I can get this guy in the gym and we can get him playing.
Arteta does have a I can make it work where no one else did complex.
Yeah, he does. So we want to play Victor Gyokeres and Alvarez together? Yes.
Sure. Absolutely.
Sometimes, maybe, yeah.
Some of the time, yeah. Well, look at how many different forward lines we've put out this season. Of course, there will be times when games that Arteta thinks that they can play together.
I can really put Alvarez, as you said, on the left, on the right, in the 10.
Also,
so like this, So
I really think we have checked the physicality box, and physicality isn't our problem at the moment.
Yeah, we're Arsenal, man. We're set piece FC. We're Haram Ball FC. We got tons of fucking physicality.
We struggle with the technical aspect, which I think the balance should be there, like maybe 80% physical, 20% technical. Now we're like 90% physical, I would say.
Yeah. Let's move on past this conversation to the player rating so we can lock it off because we are heading towards 2 hours. So let's play the player ratings game with both of you two gentlemen. Let's start off with David Raya today. Not much that he had to be doing. I'll start with JT. What would you rate David Raya today out of 10?
5 is like average, you would say, or 6? 5, yeah. So I would give him like
5 is
6.5. Hadn't much to do, I guess. 6.5 for me.
Jake?
I'm gonna give him a little bit higher. I'll give him a 7 just because normally David Raya is worth a gaff. He's worth something that puts your heart in your mouth. He did one of those today, but he did get to the ball well ahead of Raul Jimenez on the half field sliding tackle, and he got away with it. He got away with that, so it's the moments that he has of madness that I really take off points, and saves he maybe should have made. But as you say, he didn't really have much to do. So I think right in there, 7 is good for me.
Yeah. One thing I want to point out, though, by the way, Castagna could have easily made it 3-1 today, and he made a fantastic save.
There's
so
that.
That saves your goal difference. I think 7 is about right for David Raya today. I mean, look, what else can I say? I'd rather him be a 7 in most games because I'd rather him not have to make fantastic saves all the time because we're dominating the game. So that today was one of those days where I just felt like, hey, Atletico Madrid is coming on Tuesday. Get those gloves ready for that. Get a little bit of a break, get those hands a little bit less worked, maybe get yourself a hand massage or something. Get ready for Tuesday. All right, let's start. Ricardo Calafiori has come back finally. Played full 90 minutes today. I actually thought Cala was really good. He should have had a goal. I mean, it was rightfully ruled offside. Let's be honest, it was offside. Like unlike,
well off.
Unlike on Wednesday when I had complaints about referees removing goals from Arsenal, this one I was like, yeah, fair play. That was offside, right?
Don't get my blood pressure up again.
Yeah, well, hey, getting you ready for Tuesday. I thought Calafiori today, you know what? I'll give him an 8. I thought he was excellent. I thought he was so good. He was back to his, as John Champion put it, his form in the fall today. Maybe that's one of the reasons why Arteta held some of these guys back. Maybe that's what we're going to see when Timber eventually comes back, that he's just trying to get players back to their best form right now before he puts them in.
By the way, was this the first showing of Calafiori since the last injury?
Yeah, because he was in the team and he got injured in the warm-up the last time he was going to start.
No. He played Sporting. No, he played.
I don't think he even come
Southampton. He played one of those games.
Maybe Southampton. Yeah.
And he was there for and then he was gone down again. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I agree. 8 and 8's good for me. I thought he was fantastic today. Back to some of the best we've seen from him. I thought he looked very comfortable defensively, and he really enjoyed himself on all those walkabouts he loves going on. Should have had himself a goal.
I have to give him an 8 as well. Great coming back from the injury, and finally, since the start of the season where he was magnificent, he was struggling coming out and in and out from the injury, and he was either good defensively, weaker offensively, or vice versa. Today he was great defensively, great offensively, like he never was injured. But the worry with him is if he can stay fit as well, same as Odegaard for me. But an 8 for me.
I agree. Generally, I would rate Gabriel and Saliba together, but I feel like they had a little bit of different performances today. I'm going to start with Gabriel. JT, how do you felt that Gabriel fared today?
I think I have to give him an 8 as well. Didn't got so much to do, but everything that he needed to do was good. Even him pressing upwards a little bit was good. I liked it. I think he looked finally calm, composed as he should be. So 8 is fair. Didn't have much to do, and I think the big part of it is that we attacked a lot. It wasn't defending 24/7. He was there when we needed it and covered great. Good positioning, good structure. 8. Solid performance.
Jake?
Yeah, I think Gabriel was fantastic, man. I might even give him an 8.5. I think that he almost got rounded back end on one of those little dink from Trossard.
The Saka corner as well.
Yeah. He was showing up in the attacking, of course, and was dealing with the crosses that Ben White wasn't stopping well, I thought. And so, 8.5. I thought he played really well. And I like that you pointed that out, JT, that he was a lot more composed and calm than we've seen him in a couple of recent games.
Yeah, and he's struggled in reaching the pass against Jimenez. I remember when we played them on New Year's Eve a couple of years back, he had a pretty bad day that day against him. Today was a lot different against the same type of player 2 years on, and as you guys said, calm and composed. But the reason why I put them, I think I second what you guys said. I think he's also an 8. The reason I put him separately, because I actually thought William Saliba today was sensational, not only in his defending, but in his ball carrying, his build up, everything. Sometimes he got us out of some sticky situations. He's so good on the ball. People, it's the most underrated thing about William Saliba. I thought Saliba was a contender for man of the match if it wasn't for the fact that a certain Swede had 2 goals and an assist. and a certain midfielder, English young midfielder, also was sensational. They've kind of taken the little bit of the shine from what was Saliba today. But I thought Saliba was a 9. And by the way, Rookie does have some of the ratings in here. He's got with Cal Fury was great, definitely was good in the inside areas, and also interchanging with MLS was nice. His underlapping deep runs great, overall 8. He's got Gabriel only as a 7. He's got Saliba as a 10.
I agree.
He was so magnificent. Definitely the reason our build up in that game was so good. Love his responsibility on the ball lately.
Rolls Royce, baby. I agree 100%. I'm giving Saliba a 10 as well. Rolls Royce. And you're right. He's not going to get the plaudits today because others will get the spotlight. But my God, this guy's incredible. He's absolutely incredible. And you want to talk about calm and composed. I can't even think of the last time I saw Saliba panicking. I can't even remember. Like the man, dude, he's on fire. He's calm, composed, comfortable. Oh, God, you love to see it. 10 out of 10.
Also, Rookie made a good point with Calafiori interchanging with MLS, and I think that there's a little bit of volume that MLS played left back, and that's with a player like Calafiori, they can really go back and forth and double pivot basically on the left side and the midfield by them. So that's a very good point. And to return to Saliba, I will give him a 9 just because I don't think the level that Fulham shown was good enough to give him the best out of the best performances. But 9, I checked the stats to corroborate with my feelings. He made really like 3 out of 4 accurate long passes, 1 key pass in the final third, 3 passes into the final third. Great ball playing center back today.
By the way, one thing, go back on Gabriel. You were just talking about Saliba making progressive passes. The third goal is a heads up play from Gabriel to find Trossard out on the wing and get at him so quickly. Without that, Phil was able to set. And I don't know if Trossard's got the space to operate to find Gyokeres the way he did. So that also goes into the Gabriel point, because I don't think we gave him enough credit in terms of his build-up as well today, because especially in that moment, that was sensational from his point of view. All right, I know Jake is going to get ready to get his paws into this one. Benny Blanco, bit of a mixture because he was good going forward, but in defense, he had us gasping for air at times. That's for sure.
He's the only black mark for me. He's the only black spot on an otherwise perfect day for me. I thought that even like in the second minute of the game, he was a little bit shaky. Like he's just I understand it. He gives us comfortability, familiarity, and just he ticks when we're going forward. He knows where to be. We know where he's going to be. But you're a defender. You have to bring the defense before you can be amazing at offense. Your priority is to defend. So yeah, 5, 6. I'll agree with Rookie. 6, yeah.
I give him a 6 as well. I mean, looking at the stats right now for him, and like 0 out of 3 won challenges or duels.
He lost all of his duels.
0 out of 1 aerial duels, 0 out of 2 land duels, 5. Or how you say it?
5, 4.5. I didn't hear the stats. Yeah, it's 4.5.
It's a 6. I think he was better than his recent form, but
was he though?
It's not the Benny Blanco that we know is not there.
This is the reason why we missed Timber. We got so spoiled by having a right back who wins every single one of his aerial duels.
And the duels on the ground.
Yeah, and the duels on the ground. And, and we all wanted him traded out, Rookie included, I'm just going to say, because he wasn't as sexy going forward.
Yeah, like a team with a skilled left winger that will target Ben White, it could have been dark.
Timber does have more goals than Ben White does. Just saying.
With Ademola Lookman coming to North London on Tuesday, Ben White better be nowhere near the starting lineup.
I think he will start Mosquera after today's showing.
I hope so. Yeah, he literally got hooked. After that last horrendous pass that Ben White made, he got hooked. Like he didn't need to hook him in the 84th minute, but because of I'm tending to agree. I think Arteta's finally caught.
You know what you could see, by the way. I saw Martinelli warming up on the sideline, and I'm like, okay, Martinelli is. I didn't see Mosquera warming up on the sideline at the bottom of your picture of the screen, and all of a sudden I'm like, okay, a sub's coming up. It's going to be Martinelli for Trossard. I think I could just see by the warm up. No, he's like, Martinelli, sit your ass down on the bench. Mosquera, I've got to make sure that this clean sheet stays intact because this guy, I can't trust this Benny Blanco guy.
Hopefully Arteta's seen the light.
I might start Martinelli right back over Ben White.
Yeah,
he might stumble into challenge at least one or something.
For real, man.
All right. Let's time that the fun begins. Declan Rice, for a second straight game, has been deployed as a 6. He only played 60 minutes today.
Good.
Big ups to Mikel Arteta. By the way, Jake said in our chat, I'll give credit to Jake first, on 60 minutes, I can't wait. I will be looking for all the changes.
All of them.
Yeah. I want 5 changes at 60 minutes is what you wrote.
Mm-hmm.
Almost, but the crucial ones we're definitely taking off. Victor, saved. Got enough goals. Save you for Tuesday. Declan, I need you in the 6. If UEFA doesn't decide to suspend you, which I think at this point, I don't
that would
think
be the most ridiculous thing of all time.
It would be too late for me.
Yeah, I think it's too late. I think if they would have, that announcement would have come, it would have happened already. So I think he's going to play. And I think by the fact that Arteta is saving him for Tuesday tells you all you need to know.
Yeah.
So Declan, again, I thought Declan was good. I thought Declan was also an 8 in the 60 minutes he gave us today.
Agreed. Superb.
JT, I'll start with you first, Mo.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I would give him an 8.5 just because he managed to do more from his 6th position than a lot of the games going forward. Than a lot of the games he was playing in the 8. He seen opportunities to pass into the 16. He did some good long accurate passes. So 8.5 and defensively solid.
Jakey?
Agreed. Couldn't have said it better myself.
There you go. All right, guys. Man of the match contender. What do we think? Myles Lewis-Skelly, his first official debut as a midfielder in an Arsenal shirt from the start. I'm just going to go ahead because I feel like I need to give this guy, before anybody else talks, an apology. MLS today was a 9. He was a fucking 9. He was a 9. You can stay. You can get your Arsenal shirt given back to you for next season, buddy. All right? Just not at left back. Jake?
Yeah, man, I'm so happy to see that. When I saw that, actually, I was like, you know what? Fair play. Arteta's finally, and I didn't even feel like, how I felt? I texted you before the Atletico game, and I was like, oh God, I was confident and fine until I saw this lineup. When I saw this lineup today, I was like, all right. I was like, I didn't even blink an eye. I was like, you know what? Finally, he's going to give him a chance. And I thought it was a good day to give him a chance. And you love to see it. Arteta said, prove me wrong. He comes in and he did just that. Love it. Yeah. I give him a 9 as well.
I've been screaming for Skelly since like 2-3 months ago. And it's one of the what could have been moments if he actually got subbed on as I wanted in the Carabao final or the Etihad game, because I think he's the guy that can switch the pressure off from the back line into the forward line. He did so much. Every pass he did was going forward. He resisted press very, very well. He turned great. It's like just a 9.
He loves that turn where you play the ball to him and he feels the man on his back and he kind of moves this way and he lets the ball run across him and he moves the defender with him. backwards, and he spins that. He loves that move. He does it so much. And like you say, JT, what that does is it immediately skips all of the midfield, and now he's got a pass forward. He's got space in front of him, because normally it's one of the midfielders all getting around him, getting close to him, and when you spin your guy and you're past everybody, there's so much space for him, and he looks for that almost every time.
You know what, JC, what you just said as well, I got to agree with you. This one hit ding right here for me. Great debut, because I don't need to say any more about what I've said about 1,000 times about Havertz at Wembley, right? The answer was there all along. You're right. If this MLS showed up at Wembley instead of Kaya,
we would have won
the fucking Carabao Cup.
We would probably
we would have like another Stayamble moment,
And who knows? He might have actually followed Nico O'Reilly into the box. But that's neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there.
All right. Well, another one, by the way, fell under the radar, and by Rookie's got in here. I'm just going to go back. Rookie's confirmed White as a 6. Saliba's been doing it for a long time now. Literally been our best player. Yeah. Well, Declan as well. Declan would be the Ballon d'Or winner for me if we were to win the next 5 games. Saliba is the best defender in the world. Love that I can say Arsenal has the best defender in the world, and also the second best as well. Yeah, the two of them in kind of trading places at one point. It's 1 or 2, 1A, 1B. Gabriel has been playing that ball all season, clearly working on his long passing. Hopefully he gets consistent. He's talking about the one that he played out to Trossard for our third. White is a 6 out of 10. Yeah, I know. On Rice. No, White.
Yeah.
We overplayed him literally through injury because Timber was injured, but he will bounce back. I love Ben White. Look, hey, if Ricky thinks Ben White,
fair enough.
Hope he does. Hey, I do, but I think we're bringing in Tino Livramento for a reason next year.
Ben White was the OG mentality monster when the team was so young. No one was really like the beacon, I would say, for the team, and it was Ben White always coming with clutch moment, clutch tackles, clutch crosses, and it's all gone. It's a little bit sad, yeah.
The other thing I've been thinking, though, is Newcastle fans, Ashton Kane, I'll ask you this question. Can Tino Livramento play left back as well? Because if that's the case,
I think so.
Maybe that could also be a signal that, hey, MLS is moving full time. He's actually listened to me. Left back is not for you, MLS. Move into the midfield full time, and I'll buy Livramento to sort of fill in that gap, because at the end of the day, Calafiori or Hincapi, one of them has got to be your backup to Gabriel, and I'm not going to be in the business of once again buying myself more center backs. I've got tons of them in there. Maybe that's kind of what Tino is where he's more of a natural left back than a center back converted to left back, which the other two are. So maybe he just gives you more balance from the left-hand side as well, and White could stay. But White's been so poor recently, guys, that it's a possibility to just move on from him. It's just about us being ruthless and taking him in a step and not being so sentimental all the time. That's how you start to dominate. It's kind of my opinion. Rice played amazing in 8, not as an 8, but he got an 8. Rice was great in between the center backs and showed intelligence when to drop in or be in the midfield. Loves the maturity from his performance. And then Rookie backs us up. MLS is a 9. Definitely was amazing. Also dropped into the center backs when Rice stayed in the midfield, interchanged out wide on the left as well. Progressed the ball well and literally was efficient with his passing. MLS also won most of his duels. He was so amazing, literally press resistant, and also when was in trouble, baited for fouls. So experienced. Yeah, look, here it is. I think MLS is moving in full time. And you know what, Arteta, if you did this earlier, the league probably could have been won today.
How old is he, by the way? Is he 19?
19. Because I think one of the reasons why, Moreno's been out, and we've been trying to kind of find a solution to rotating Rice and Zubimendi out of the team, in and out of the team, to keep them fresh. And that you got one right there in MLS now. So I'd say MLS starts against West Ham for me. Back us on this. I just don't know if against Atletico Madrid. I also know that Zumendi, his experience of playing in the Liga comes into play as well and understanding those opponents. But West Ham for me next week when I want to get something and why not? You know what I mean? And yeah, again, after West Ham, you sort of can play the same team for your last 3 remaining games. So then that's going to be kind of up to discussion. Like, who do I like better? Do I like Zubi? Do I like MLS? That's kind of when the conversation comes into play. Let's move on though to another player whose performance didn't really end up with GA, but also has flown under the radar was Clinic today from Eberechi Eze. I'm somewhere between an 8 and a 9. I think he's more like an MLS type of performance than he was a Rice, but both MLS and Rice were both so great. Rice is an 8, MLS was a 9. I'm going to say Eze, 8.5. He was fucking superb. What do you guys think?
For me, it's an 8. I think he did very good with the pre-assist to Gyokeres. That was a great pass to Gyokeres, which he then sent back to Saka for his goal. He did some good dribbles, I'm not sure how many dribbles he did, but he moved with the ball really well. Not shown the best he can do, so it's an 8 for me.
I mean, by the way he baited Lukic into the yellow, and how many times did you see? We'll go back watch today. We watched the replay of this game. How many times he took Lukic on? He was facing against him, spun him, and just was out out to the races. I count maybe about 6 or 8 times, which is exactly why Lukic was like, I'm fucking done with you, bro. And he just goes right through him and just takes him down because he was pissing him off he was almost took his man card away from him. And Xander Berger today was a huge miss. And Eze went right for it. He was like, "Who's your best midfielder? He's out today. I'm going to expose you guys." And that's why I thought Eze was. I thought he was amazing. Jake, what about you?
I think for the same reasons that we're glossing Myles Lewis-Skelly, I think that there's something to be said for the way players have a press resistance that also is forward-looking. So every time Eze gets his body in between when the ball is coming to him and he gets his body in between the man and the direction of the ball, look for the turn. You know he's trying to spin the guy, and you love seeing that. The turn he did on Wednesday.
Lukic.
I'm talking about the one on Wednesday was absolutely gorgeous, and he was trying to duplicate that a couple of times. I thought Eze was fantastic today, man. He's one of those players that when he gets the ball in between the lines, driving at the defense, I'm always going, oh, he's going to do something, because he's been more so the guy that's been looking forward with the risky balls, and he was doing that today, and I'd love to see it. Yeah, I'll give him the 8.5 as well.
Yeah. Again, it's about time that we started to put all these pieces together. Now, death squad or no death squad, I don't know. That really depends on the health of Martin Odegaard. But if you told me that on Tuesday this front four starts, it provided something for me that I've been seeing for a very long time. I kept saying that our attack is not broken. It's just we haven't been able to have everybody together at the same time. Today, you finally had the right balance in your attack. Again, this is like Death Squad B. It's not Havertz instead of Gyokeres. It would be Trossard ahead of Odegaard would be your second version of the Death Squad, because Eze is in the middle. He can do kind of what he was doing today. But if I can get both Eze and Odegaard in the team as well, I think it's just, can't wait to see it, because I think if that team starts today, we could have hit 4 or 5, or you know what I mean. So
just to add to that, I am not so sure if it's so much the lineup, but I think there was really a change in the approach from the team, maybe from the coach. I don't think it's only about the lineup, but the confidence was there, and maybe the instructions as well. There was more freedom. So hard to say where's the point. But one thing I have to give to Eze, one of my criticisms for him was that his strongest part is that he's a moments player. But today he showed that he doesn't have to be invisible until he gets a moment. He really moved the ball well. He kept the ball well. he was seen a lot, so I have to give him credit as well for that. And he kind of showed us more of his Odegaard type of play than his usual moments player type.
And look, to your point, with all the Odegaard injuries, Eze could very much have just won himself the number 10 shirt at Arsenal moving forward for at least the near future, the next 2, 3, or how long, 3, 4 years, how long his contract is going to be remaining, because he just does things. This is crazy. He does things that Martin Odegaard was doing when he was good.
Damn. That hurts. That hurts my heart. But yeah, I actually agree with this. I actually agree with that statement. You know, Odegaard's time might be, unfortunately, winding down. Unfortunately, yeah. I'm a fan. I just am. You know.
Yeah. Rookie, keep going on. Myles Lewis-Skelly should never be sold. Waneri shouldn't as well. Yeah, look, I'm coming around to that way of thinking. I apologize. Keep just poking out that bruise, will ya? Myles Lewis-Skelly. Okay, we read that one. Oh, you just read it twice. Okay, cool. Anton Fabio literally thriving in the Bundesliga. Top 10 creator there, and now physically. Jake's not having it. Competitive. Would you keep him or sell him, Dortmund, or sell him? We need to make money. Sales. He doesn't fit. He doesn't work for us. Works in the Bundesliga. Great.
No.
Yeah.
I don't like him. I like him less than I like Havertz.
Oh yeah, for sure. Eze was 9 as well. Literally was so fluid today, and no one will say it, but off the ball today, Eze was literally top. Very competitive in his duels, tracked back a lot. That was, again, another Anton was right. My theory of why Eze was coming out of the team was, Jake, what did I say?
He wasn't playing defense.
But he was being taught how to play off the ball.
Yeah, he's taught in a lesson. Yeah,
he was being reinvented as a footballer.
Yeah.
And he was going to come back and be the Arsenal version of Eze rather than the Crystal Palace version of Eze. And that is what you're seeing right now. And I wish I could do something like that with Noni Madueke. They've done it a little bit, but the problem actually with Noni is starting to become really obvious is he's actually not as good attacking-wise as you guys all thought he was.
Elanga 2.0.
I'd actually rather have Elanga. 6 points, 4 goals, 0 conceded. Let's go, says Charles.
Big up, Charles. Big up, Charles.
Also, when we couldn't progress with Rice and MLS, he dropped deep and literally made it happen with great combinations. Yeah, Eze, amazing. He's actually getting better and better, I think, with every performance. He also had some great combinations with Trossard as well. Yeah, I love that. Eze was everywhere, literally fluid. Fluidity is what describes his performance today. So, yeah, I'm happy to give him an eye. Well, you saw Trossard and Eze combine earlier on in the year when we were, in actually that period where we had won 5 in a row that I sent to Jake earlier against these same exact opponents. So, but this is a better version of that. I've never seen them look like this. This was everything coming together.
Speaking of,
let's move on. Of course, yes. Before we'll save our other two to the end, our G&A boys to the end. Leandro Trossard, welcome to 2026, my friend.
For real, dude. Thanks for finally showing up to a game.
7.5. No, that's charge 8. 8.
I'll give him an 8. Yeah, I'll agree with an 8, 7.5, 8. I thought that he did the things today that we've been begging him to do. He tends to play within himself, and I thought today he was taking more risks. Yes, his shot was dragged horribly wide on that left-footed shot, but the fact that he was getting into the positions and looking to shoot is what we are crying out for from a winger. And I thought that he was doing that well today, linking up play. Definitely when we were switching the ball to the left, he wasn't as tucked in. When the ball's on the right-hand side, he tucks in so much, but he was providing width at times today as well. And so the left side wasn't completely dead like it is sometimes when we're just right, and I thought he played well. So, yeah.
JC?
I had to check the stats because I was going to give him much higher, and I think I will keep with it. I was contemplating a 9.5, but That's too high, I think.
That's man of the match territory.
Yeah, it's almost there, but 2 big chances created, 6 out of 6 successful dribbles.
Got the third assist.
Got the third assist, yeah, I think one of his best showing. I give him a 9. Really unfortunate to not get a goal, but at least got the assist.
Yeah, I know. By the way, I think his hunger for goals right now is actually somewhat helping the team because he's setting an example. First 1.5, 2 minutes, he takes a shot, and it's like, okay. Everyone's like, this is the type of game we're going to have today. He kind of exposed what Fulham were, which is, by the way, I'm going to give you a preview to my tier list name for Fulham next week, which is, what was I going to say? It was bathers and bikinis, because that's what Fulham was. Well, Fulham was today. Like,
what's the name of that random beach in London you were talking about a couple shows ago?
I don't even remember anymore. I had it on a little sticky note, and I threw the sticky note away. I actually forgot to say, but yeah. But he kind of was like, "Hey, these guys are going to be. You can take him out all day." And Saka was like, "Thanks for the tip." And Victor's like, "Thanks for the tip, Leo." And they took that tip, which leads me into the first star man, Bukayo Saka. For me, I'm just going to go straight to it. We have I think this is the most 9s I've given away today. 9.
Yeah.
Assists Gyokeres and then gets it back because now he's learning, hey, if I pass it to Victor might actually pass it back to me later on, and I can get my own goal then. Oh, what a concept.
What a shocker.
What a concept. He come back better than ever, and now he's playing with Vic.
I have to give him a 9.5 for me. He's the man of the match. Came back second game or third game in a row returning. The first one, he looked amazing for the cameo he had. Last one was okay. This one was magnificent for me. 2 big chances created, and one thing I have to give credit to him and to Trossard as well. They both had a little bit of a main character syndrome where they had to take all the responsibility on them, and they looked pressured to score a goal. And now finally it looked like they played more with freedom and done the good decisions and chose to pass when the pass was needed and chose to shoot when the shot was needed. So great performance, 9.5 for me.
Yeah, I'm going to go one further. I think he gets a 10 for me. I mean, perfect performance. Everything we needed from him. Had the armband, stepped up, and was taking on his man, whether that was Jimenez, whether that was Robinson, whether it was Lukic, didn't matter. He was creating stuff, trying to get to the byline, get the ball across. And finally, he puts one across the 6 instead of the cutback. He normally goes for the cutback or like a little dink. He finally puts a ball across, and what do you know? The fox in the box is there.
And we'll get to the fox in the box.
10.
Ruki sides with you, by the way. He says
Give
10.
it to him.
Ruki also has given Trossard a 7, so he's more kind of in my viewpoint of it. I just felt like, by the way, I mean, I did give him an 8 in the end, Trossard. But think about all of our offensive struggles. We have an 8 on the left. We got a 9.5. I'm going to go with 9.5 or 10 because I went 9. You went
9.75.
JT went 9.5. So we'll go 9.5 with the winner as the average. And in the middle, I was saving you for you, Charlie. Guys, elephant in the room. Victor, what do you have to say about him? Does it matter if his touch is shit, but the shot is class?
Which touch is that, Charlie?
I didn't skip you, Charlie. I was saving you to back my point.
Remember it. I don't remember an ass touch. I don't remember any of those today.
I was saving my 10 because I needed to give someone the man of the match. The historic, the best individual single season goal scorer Mikel Arteta has ever coached. Ladies and gentlemen, He comes from Sweden. The girls are very nice. He got back with his girlfriend to play in red and white. 10.
Yes.
10. 2 goals, 1 assist. Everything. And by the way, hat trick should have happened.
6
would
big
have
chances, by
happened.
the way.
It
had
would
6
have
big
happened, by
chances.
the way, beyond that, if we weren't saving him for Atletico. So,
Yeah. 11.
oh,
Yeah. Give him the man of the match. Give him the match ball. Wow, bro. Everything. Finally, our faith is restored for being in the Gyokeres Defense League since day one. Since day
big up
one.
the Gyokeres Defense League.
Yeah, he's finally repaid it with the performance that we knew has been in him, and we knew he's bringing it out at the right time. Bringing it out at the right time, man. Especially when we needed a lift. The fans needed a lift. The morale was, that Atleti performance was good, but it wasn't great. We kind of needed a lift to get the momentum going, and we brought him in to be the guy. And today, he was the guy.
JT, I've seen you with the old Bane profile pic for ages, so I know what team you are on. Tell me about our man, VG, today.
I think it's gotta be a 9.5 as well. For a striker, I mean, it's not flashy like what we've seen from Saka, but he did his job to the best he could. Good runs, good taking away the defenders. Great assist to Saka as well for a striker that can't pass the ball, apparently. 9.5, good striker performance. Hard to say how much it was the overall team performance that helped him to finally achieve it, but that's what it is. He needs the platform from his teammates, and he finally got it.
One thing I love is that I was literally yelling until I was blue in the face to everybody who was hating on Victor and how he's not fitting. I'm like, look at the fucking lineups you've had to play with the last few months. Get me creators on all sides, on left, right, in behind him. Just put it in the right spots for him, and he can combine with them. Oh my God, I thought he has no technical ability. Did you watch Bukayo Saka's goal? Combines with Eze, as you rightly put it. Deflector shield, hey. Plays the ball in so nicely to Saka. Indy Kyle, I got one of these for you. Stop giving me fucking bullshit reports.
Let's hope the attacking performance can continue in the next matches and that we are not prematurely firing our cannons.
Hey, this isn't a premature.
You watch your mouth.
Because...
You watch your mouth, JT. Yes. Well played.
This isn't prematurely because this was an important game in the title race. We don't win today. We're not winning the Premier League. And the same will apply next week, right? So I wouldn't call it prematurely anything, right? This was that, as me and Jake were saying quite rightly, now's the time. Stepped up. Perfect.
Also, boys, just one more thing. After the Atletico game, that was when it was Wednesday.
Yeah.
3 days later, such a performance, so much energy from the boys.
And they look so fresh.
Yeah, and I think it's a lot about the rotation that he did finally good, that I have to praise Arteta. And I think the balance between the defense and the attack is so important, and we finally showed it because the how to say it, the performance from the defense was finally good because it wasn't relying on them. They could be inspired by the midfielders and the attackers and didn't have to defend all the time and just waiting for the next attack. And it was like we were on the front foot, and when they were needed, they shown what they can do. And that's crazy to see so late in the season when everybody's doubting us. After a hard away game at Atletico, showing so much energy, that's mentality. Finally.
Beautiful. You've made a great debut, by the way, JT. because you brought
Absolutely.
so much into this show.
Absolutely.
And I knew it. I don't just bring people onto my show just for fun. Like if some dude came on my show and started wrecking it, I would hook him. You've done really well, JT.
Yeah, stinkers get hooked on Fire Them Cannons.
Yeah, that's for sure. Like Hamza, if he behaved the way he does on other streams on me, I'd just be like, boop, goodbye.
Bye.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's wrap
let's
it,
go.
man. I'm getting hungry.
All right, let's wrap it. You rookies, I'll get rookies say, and then we'll head out on here. Saka off the ball, because I was reading some of your comments already, and you hit the nail on the head. A lot of this analysis. Saka off the ball moving today was so amazing, and that dribble against Jimenez is a moment which will be remembered, especially if we win the league. So yeah, 10. And by the way, that was Saka, who isn't fully fit yet. He will be a prize monster moment when he is fully fit. One thing I disagree with you is I like the analysis, but the score at the end I think is a bit. I know you're giving him an 8, but I'm still unhappy. Gyokeres is a great today overall. I love the drifting in channels, simply layoff passes, and great anticipation and movement, and 2 goals. And as usual, great pressing, 8. I mean, how could 2 goals and an assist leave you with an 8? That's not my only thing.
High standards. Those are some high standards, rookie.
Those are some very high standards. Yeah, Gyokeres was great. I love the improvement coming together like that today. PSG rested 9 players today, says Charlie. They played a 2-2 draw against Lorient. Bayern Munich rested 7 players, and they drew 3. Look at how much fucking goals these teams are conceding against Lorient and Heidelheim.
Heidenheim are trash.
I want to be in this position next season at this time. Yo, even if we're resting players, we're not conceding 3 goals to Heidenheim. Yeah, for me, man of the match will be Saka or MLS, but I prefer Saliba. That performance literally got me wanting to watch the match again. So
yeah, I
great.
might go watch it back too. That's a good
Look,
idea.
they're about, I know, about time there's actually one that I'm going to enjoy
that you
rather than
want
just
to
doing
watch
it as
back.
I do it as a chore recently, but this one I'm going to enjoy. And I'll have Christy next to me, and we'll just be sitting back and we'll be watching it. And yeah,
This is one for the momentum, and I don't know if you've seen Haaland posting "This is how football shall be played" when he was posting Insta stories about the Bayern PSG games. He should be posting "This is how you play football today" after this match.
Haaland. Well, he wouldn't do that for us.
He should be though.
I mean, he's sending the wrong message to his teammates for the main competitors. Hopefully Nico doesn't keep being clutch and City bottles the league.
It's not theirs to bottle, rookie. This is our fucking league. Let's go.
I'm pushing the agenda. They bottle it. If we win it, I'm pushing the agenda.
Hey, if we win it, we can say whatever the hell we want to say because we're the champions. Let's go.
As I said last week, I'm going to be even more annoying because of what we've had to go through the last month and everybody trying to make saying the Arsenal win the league an illegal take. If when I said it was because Arsenal were 9 points clear. We weren't 50-50 and making an illegal ridiculous. Luke is loving life here. Literally the most scariest player right now, Nico Riley, haunts me in my sleep. Please, let's see it go. We waited for 3 seasons. Please don't ruin it, Nico O'Reilly.
By the way, did Pep use Nico O'Reilly since the beginning of the season like he does now? Because I think you can make an argument that he stole Arteta's trick with Calafiori for Nico O'Reilly, how he just drifts.
You know what Nico O'Reilly does is what Guardiola did. I mean, previous seasons when
that's true. That's kind of true. Yeah.
Yeah, because Calafiori to that point was actually supposed to be. It was at a time when Arteta is still trying to be Pep light, and he saw what Pep did with Guardiola. He's like, okay, I'm gonna get a Calafiori profile which can kind of do what Guardiola does. Anyway, guys. True. Over 2.5 hours long. We are going to put it on pause. I want to thank everybody, and by the way, big up JT on an amazing debut.
Thanks for coming on.
I want to thank the Arsenal players for finally giving us something to cheer about today. I'd like to thank the Arsenal fans for cheering the Arsenal players into
Yeah, for sure.
whatever. We've all
For
figured
sure.
each other out. We've had our arguments. We've had our, hey, you're supposed to be doing this. You're supposed to be doing that. We finally put it all together today in a beautiful performance. But we got 5 games to go. None of them can be defeats, especially not on Tuesday. So let's go. Let's go get him. We'll be back here for the post-game show on Tuesday. By the way, before that, we got the Dan and Anton show, and you bet your ass that there'll be a fiery one, because I swear Dan will be 5 minutes early to that
Dude, was
show.
he at the game? I think I saw
Yeah.
him in this crowd today. I saw him in the stands again today. Did you get it?
I've already got it. I've already got it.
Nice.
I'm not putting it on the screen now.
Nah, do it on Tuesday. Save it for Tuesday.
Because yeah.
Save that for Tuesday.
But I got it. Don't you worry, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, nice.
I got it. But trust me, Dan will be 5 minutes early. Well, like sometimes when we lose, I'm like, Dan, you're an hour late. You know what I mean? But when we win, I'm into the backstage, and Dan's already there waiting for me. I'm like, okay. There you go.
I see.
Anyway, guys, that will be our next stream. Maybe, you know what? Maybe if there's a drop points by City on Monday night, I might come for a sneaky half an hour brag session. So we'll see. But until then, we're out of here. Come on, you Gunners. 5 more games to go. Let's do this.